We are now live on the YouTube side. Let's go, baby. We're actually there. Perfection. This game does actually have an ending, 200 hours. And like, listen, we're probably not gonna see it, but like, I'm gonna try. There's a good chance I might just leave my PC on for like at points just to get this thing going. But okay, now that we're all live on the YouTube side, there we go. Oh man, everything is up and running. Isn't that just beautiful? There we go, there we go. Okay, okay, just making sure everything's still good. Boop, boop, ba-doop. All right, anyways, who's ready to get on into the game? Yeah, we're getting 100% achievements for this game. Listen, again, I think I'm just going to leave it on and keep it going. And then when we're around like hour like 199, I'll just boot up another stream and then we'll just get the achievement together. We're 100%ing this game. That is what we are doing, even if it's not all on screen, you know? that is our goal, you know? But yeah, anyways, let's just go ahead and get actually into the game. Get this thing booted up. All right, is it gonna start? I will say that this game is actually controller compatible, which I respect a lot. I'd respect it more if the game started. I'd respect it more if the game I'd respect it more if the game started. Hello, is this supposed to be happening? Are we already in the game? Is part of the game just sitting on the loading screen for a little while? Hmm. 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 I think it's working, guys. I think if I click it a couple more times, we'll get there. Coconut, we're coconutting it up right now. Hi, hello, how is it going? I think I'm gonna hang on. Yes, we're quitting the game. Hang on, let me go ahead and get this booted up really quick. Hey God. Hey God. We're getting there. Things are going well. Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I left the game open on the this screen for too long. The game just simply couldn't like comprehend the idea of starting. I saw the word coconut and dark and knew this is the stream of the year. Exactly. This is the best stream that you're ever gonna see. Low-key, my career is gonna peak after that. Like, this is the peak of my career until we play Coconut Simulator 2, and then it's all over for me. It's all over for me until they make a Coconut Simulator 3. Oh my gosh, that'd actually be amazing. Imagine that. We get a Coconut Simulator 3 right after we finish these games. That would be amazing. Please start. Please? Can I... Hang on. Can I... Wait, whoa. I can control the mouse with my controller? It doesn't do anything. It doesn't help. How do I how do I start the game? Uh, wait, no, why, no. No. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, guys, wait. Which one are we playing on? Are we playing on arcade or realistic? This is such archaic things. I have to use the select button on my controller to get it to like select one of these. Realistic? Okay, we're going realistic. Coconut has no eyes, so you can't see anything. Realistic game mode selected. Okay. We have a score. Anyway, so I guess this is us unrealistic. I would love it so much if at hour 100, like, something comes along and cracks us. Like, just breaks us open, and, like, that's how the game ends or something like that. Hang on. What are y'all saying in the chat? 100 hours, not 200, my bad. Gosh darn it. So it's only half the time being at Coconut? That's just not enough. If Coconut Sim gets released, the world isn't ready. Coconut Simulator 2 is already so crazy. I know. Like, I've heard so many good things about Coconut Simulator 2. Like I can't even imagine like how hard they'd have to go for number 3 to actually like have it be like worth anything. I feel like it'd kind of be like a little nightmare situation of like 1 and 2 were such peak visions of games that there's no way 3 could stand up to it. Like 3 would have to be like the best game ever for it to even like compete with these two. Realistic sounds funner. I agree. It's realistic does seem a lot more fun. You'll be the first streamer of Coconut Simulator 3 when it comes out. Dude, if Coconut Simulator 3 comes out, we are playing that the moment it drops. The moment it comes out, we are playing Coconut Simulator 3. peak game. Wait, what if you can move, like fall down and crack yourself? Helen Keller experience. I'm sorry. That's so cruel, but so true. Hang on. Can I do anything? Do any of my buttons do anything? How do y'all like that? How do y'all like that? Is this giving you some like good ASMR-y controller sounds? Oh, it's saving. Oh, okay. That we made progress. We made a lot of progress right now. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hang on. I think I'm doing it, guys. I think I'm doing it. How are there speedruns of this game? I think it's genuinely like who can boot it up faster. Like whose PC can get it to boot up before the others. I can't even pause the game. Oh, I can pause the game. Oh, we can press. Hang on. We have to make this more realistic. There we go. Now we don't see the score. This truly is the Coconut experience. Like, is this not the best game of all time? Is this not exactly what we're talking about? I also found a webtoon recently that I lost. It's so insane. The Blind Prince by Cozy Crow. What's that one about? And please, for the love of God, don't say a blind prince. My patience has already been stretched so thin today. I could not handle that kind of joke. Almost rivals nothing. Wait, almost rivals nothing. The game on Steam, $2. Can you try one more time with that sentence? I think I understand what you're trying to say, but can you try one more time with that one? The webtoon is a dark romance with magic stuff. Ooh. I do like my dark romances, my dark fantasies. Oh, you said drama romance. A little less interested now. I thought it was a dark fantasy, but that's fine. Let's do arcade now. It'll probably have less realistic graphics. You know, that's fair. It'll probably be like less taxing on my PC because I'm genuinely like surprised that my PC could handle that for as long as it did. I didn't think like having like the realistic arcade like experience of being a coconut. I didn't think my PC would be able to handle it. Dark romance. What? I thought you said dark romance. I thought you were saying dark fantasy and romance. Okay, listen. I like seeing people kiss. Is that so wrong? Ugh, sue me. Oh, here we go. Oh wait, I actually like the game. Oh wait, it's actually, it's kind of cozy. Look at us. Oh my gosh. And that coconut right there, that one's Flowey. That one over there, that one's Andrew. That one in the back could be Rally, and that one over there could be like Plastic Stir Tracy, like whoever wants it, that could be it. Oh my gosh. 8Ball, is this guy silly? Says perhaps. Okay, whoa. Is that Magic 8Ball being in like in a slightly better mood? Because it was being so freaking like testy with us yesterday. Also, it looks like the YouTube side of the chat just like completely froze up. Hang on. Oh shoot, I'm trapped. Hang on. Controller down. Escape. Hang on. Oh, I can't get out. Hang on. Show desktop. Let me out. Okay, there we go. How's it for y'all? Is it looking good on the Twitch side? Is it doing okay on the Twitch side of things? Okay, it's back. It's back and running up. Okay. Let me check on its status really quick. Okay, excellent. Okay. Hang on, I am actually having a couple of issues with the model right now. Hang on. Give me just one second. Hang on. I'll be right back. I gotta take care of something. Oh, hey guys, I actually got the BRB screen back up. Here we go. We have the BRB screen. Let me just like figure some of this stuff out really quick with the model. Hang on. Because it's kind of, it wasn't wigging out for you guys. It was wigging out for me pretty hard. I'm trying to like fix the internet issues and stuff like that. So let's just go ahead. Okay. We should be good. We should be good now. Whoop. Okay. Hang on. Okay, let me just get myself back up on screen. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're back. Hang on. So, yo, Coconut, I'm the tree. Silksong, $20. Coconut Simulator, $2. Conclude. Exactly, Coconut Simulator is so much freaking better than Silksong. Like, this is, like, to be fair, this one I think was only like $1. I think it was only $1. So it's like it's even lower than that. You stay with Coconut? Yeah, we good? Okay, that's awesome. So what crazy setup did you come up with for the stream? I kind of forgot all about that. I didn't actually, like, do anything. Like, I had some ideas going, and I just kind of canned all of them. I just kind of canned all of that. So, yeah, you said you had some preparation for the stream. Like, nothing really happened. Yo, that's so cool. Whoa, he's a coconut. Oh, oh, I am a coconut. Oh, I didn't even real. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. This is a coconut stream. Oh my gosh, it makes so much sense now. Oh my gosh, you're so right. I'm a coconut. I listen, I didn't even feel anything. Being a coconut's just so is just so natural to me. Like I didn't even notice anything like happen. I didn't notice I changed or anything. That's crazy. Anyways, I see. He's a coconut with hair. So cool. Andrew, you're crazy. What are you talking about? What's crazy about Andrew? How was that not just a normal sentence to be said? I am in fact a coconut with hair. Is that not exactly what you're looking at right now? Like, how dare you? How dare you? That was such a reasonable thing. Andrew, we agree. No jump scares today. Oh my gosh, is that what I needed to finally bring about world peace? Was just was just to be a coconut. I can finally be free of being jump scared for a day. Is that what I'm hearing right now? Because listen, if this is what I need, if I need to whip out my coconut more to like not get jump scared, I will do it. I am so here to be a coconut if it means I don't have to get jump scared. Oh, hang on, wait, well my controller's not working anymore. Hello, game? Where it broke. I can still pause it. I just can't move it. Are y'all still here? Are we still good? Okay, yeah, it looks like the. Whoa, hang on. Whoa. Actually, we're having real issues now. Hang on. The YouTube. Whoa, what is happening? Oh. Hang on, guys. Actually, like for realsy though, right now something bad is happening. This part isn't for the meme. Hang on, I need to check something. Jesus, this is running my PC hard. Like, what the fuck? Hang on. Redeem, ban. This is the best stream. Wait. Perchance, for a moment I shall withdraw, yes, but I shall do this before so we have more peace. This is the best stream ever, in-game action. No pause. Listen, I wasn't going to pause it. I want my score to get as high as we possibly can before the stream is over. That is my goal. Now true peace. No. Oh no, he's dying. So hang on, are we good now? Is everything good? Can y'all hear me? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? What is wrong with my PC? It's whenever we're playing like these games that shouldn't be like that taxing is when it like struggles the most, and I do not understand it, but it's fine. It is fine, I suppose. Hang on. Okay, yeah, hang on. It's still picking up my voice. Whew. It's a hard day being a coconut. Hang on, I'm so actually scared though. Jeez, what is happening? What is happening? Hang on, I have to do this for just a second. I need to see if I can get my PC is actually like struggling so ridiculously hard right now. Hang on, let's take care of that. Let's take care of that. Oops, didn't mean to start a video. That's not at all what I meant to have happen. Let's go like that, like that, like that, like that. There we go. Is this helping? Is this helping at all? Hang on. Okay, so you guys are back. Okay, things are better. This stream is like murdering my PC right now. This is insane. Oh no, he's dying. Yeah, I sure was dying for a second. The graphics are crazy. No, the graphics are so good. What the fuck am I seeing? Wait, what's the issue, Rally? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, Coconut Sim does take like 2 million gigabyte with the insane graphics. No, like for real, I did not expect it though. I mean, I guess I should have expected, like, but it's kind of like with how insane and well put together like this game is, I would have just expected it to like be like held together a little bit better, you know, like better optimized despite how real and authentic all these graphics are, you know. Like this is the only game that can give you a realistic Coconut experience, so I kind of thought it'd be a little bit better optimized, you know what I mean? Wait, peak? Exactly. Peak fiction is what is happening on the screen right now. That is exactly what's happening. It keeps pausing. It keeps pausing the chat. Like if I'm actually like clicked onto the game. Oh shoot, hang on, I bumped something. Then the stream itself really struggles. Hang on, is there a way that I can fix that? Hang on. Let's see if I can fix it. But now there's no desktop audio. Maybe I need to do this. I think I'm gonna do a different way around this really quick. Let's go ahead and go like this. Will this keep it up to date? Yes, it will. Okay, hang on. Now we can go like this. And then we can go like this. And let's see if this works. Okay. Someone say something for me really quick. Just say anything. Just say anything. It's Coconut Sim PC. That is why your PC is die. So that is why my PC is die. Exactly. Yeah, again, I really shouldn't have expected anything less from Coconut Simulator. No, this is actually like a big issue. It keeps pausing all of my stuff. Oh no. Oh, this game is so beautiful. My PC just genuinely can't handle it. It's too much game in a game. No, it really is. It's just like rendering in so much. Like, look at that all over there. Like this is kind of like Elden Ring or Breath of the Wild, where it's like if you see something, there is about like a 99% chance that you can go interact with it. That is the thing about this game that makes it so crazy. Is like it's just this huge, massive world for you to explore. But I really do want to get into like roleplay. Like I really do enjoy like role playing in games where I can. So I'm just getting like the authentic Coconut experience right now. Hey God. Hey God. This is so stupid. This is so dumb. Hey God, testing. Oh, it's whenever the game's actually going, everything on my PC freezes. Everything else on my PC freezes. It's like I don't know what to do, because like you put all these testing and stuff in there. None of it came in for me until I hit the pause menu. I don't know how to fix that exactly. Wait, man, the story is so deep. No, for like, this is like one of those like stories that like really hitting me like a deep and emotionally, like straight in the heart right now. Like it's getting to the point of, like I can already kind of see like where like the plot twists are gonna start coming in, and like how like much that's gonna like mess me up. You know, say anything, your PC got hit by a coconut. I get, I must have fallen on my own PC. That has to be about what happened. Wait, Dark, look up. Is there a sun and moon? Hang on, let's get back into the game and try it. Let's try this really quick. Can I unpause it? Hang on. This game functions very well. Hang on. Let's check. Oh, I mean, well, the sun's over there. The sun's over there to create this like hugely beautiful. Oh wait. Whoa! Oh, these messages are actually popping up. Oh my gosh! Thank you. The Twitch gods, the computer gods were just like, we'll give this guy a break really quick. We'll just give this guy a break really fast. Oh look, it's turning into night. Are we? Oh my gosh, does this game go with the day-night cycles? I've never even thought of that being like a mechanic in a game. Like that'd actually be like genuinely insane. That'd be so crazy. Yo. No, yo, for real. They threw a coconut to fix your PC. It's just one of those instances where you just kind of gotta like slap the side of a computer a couple times and it gets it to work. I just fell on my PC again. I just cracked my head against it. Are they popping up? I haven't seen the chat progress on your screen at all. Oh, what the freak? You're right. So like I have like two separate instances of chat up right now. One that like scrolls by to make it easier for me to read, and then the one on my OBS. And these ones are popping up for me to read, but they're not popping up on the screen. I don't know is the simple answer. I've never had these specific issues with a game before while streaming, but again, that's just the Coconut experience, you know? Again, it was genuinely foolish of me to think that my PC could handle Coconut Simulator. Again, it's just the ones you least expect, you know? Again, I would have thought this game would be like perfectly optimized and all that kind of stuff. It was one of like the top sellers essentially. The sun is the thing lagging the game. You think so? You think so? To be fair, they probably modeled like a realistic sun, like a realistically sized sun for this game. Because again, if I wanted to, I could probably actually like traverse the sea, go into space, and like go up to the sun. You know, I could see that being a feature that we have. The chat has mysteriously stopped. Wise words. Yeah, again, it's going for me now. I can at least see it moving. And that's kind of like the important part, because like again, we're here to yap. We're just here to hang out and vibe and stuff like that. So as long as I can see the chat and like read it and all that kind of stuff, isn't that really what matters most? Isn't that what matters most, you know? is that it just keeps going, that it just keeps trucking along. I just hope that this doesn't cause like any kind of like redeems or like raids or anything, like, because again, we're playing Coconut Simulator. Like a game that probably a lot of other people are playing right now, so we could expect some raids from a bunch of people tonight. So stupid, so stupid. We don't need to see chat this time. Exactly. We don't need to see chat this time. You think Elden Ring would have a baggy experience, but no, Coconut Sim is truly more powerful. No, for real, a laggy experience. Yeah. I assumed you meant like buggy or something like that. To be fair though, when Elden Ring first came out, I got it like day one because like the trailers looked awesome. Like everyone was like raving about it. I'm like, you know what, I only ever played that Dark Souls 3 and that Bloodborne, and maybe I should give this Elden Ring a try. I don't really like open world games, but I'll give this one a shot. And that thing was horrifically optimized on PC the day it dropped. It was to the point of like every single time I was like fighting like Margit, the first boss, every single time my camera would even remotely face like the big old tree boy, everything would just come to a halt. And then the next thing I knew, I was dead. You know, it was not very well optimized. Pretty sure you can turn on the graphics in the setting. Here, let's try that really quick. Oh, but I have to go to the main menu to do that. Here, let's give it a shot. Settings, full screen resolution, graphics. Let's set this to medium, just to give it a shot. Play arcade. Oh, I mean, you can't even tell our score. No. Thankfully we keep the score. But I mean, like, look at this. Like, you can barely even tell a difference. You know, like this game's just like so pretty as like a baseline that even if you set it down a couple of notches, like it genuinely like does not impact my experience at all. Like this, it's still gorgeous to look at right now. Autosave and day-night cycles. I know. I don't think I've ever played a game like this advanced before. I genuinely feel like we're playing on like the next like generation of games right now. Have you heard the tale of the guy that built a video game specifically to be unplayable just for computers to advance enough that the next year to be able to play it? No. What? Why would you do that with that goal? That's kind of confusing to me. Wait, what was the game? What was the game of it? Also, yeah, I feel like I'm looking at my stuff right now, and this is actually helping tremendously. Genuinely, where is the shadow coming from? Oh, well, it's gone now. That's fine. That's okay. It's safe. Oh, bro, sign me up. No, for real. This is peak. Maybe one of these streams we're gonna have to like actually, you know, forgo being a true coconut and go explore like those towns and like the caves around here. Like maybe go and fight some of like the bosses that they've got going on. I hear they got the best bosses in video games essentially. Maybe we'll go and do some of those things, you know. He did it as a troll. I mean, I guess that's fair. It just feels like one of those, like, was it like one of those things like it's such a high effort game, like the specs required are just to are like really high essentially, or is it more of like a thing of like it's just so horrifically unoptimized that PC struggled with it? Arima? Hang on, let me check out what an Arima is. An Arima. Let's go ahead and do Arima. Wait. Yeah, Arima with 2 M's. Hang on. Game. Wait, is it just a chess game? Is it just the chess game? What the freak? That's how do you make that? Again, it just must have been like unoptimized, right? Because like looking at this, I'm like, it looks good. There's nothing about this that really screams like, hey, you need like a next gen PC to be able to run this stuff. At least in my opinion. Oh, that's so silly. That's so goofy. You know what? Maybe we'll have to play that sometime. Granted, To be fair, ever since I got my PC back from the shop, it just hasn't run as well, which was kind of to be expected because it blue screened a lot, which I'm pretty sure like that's just like very bad for your PC. But like it just doesn't run as well as it used to. That's where a lot of the issues are coming from. Like I feel like when like the first like little while that we were streaming on this PC before it like started blue screening on me, it ran like perfectly. Like I feel like I could run like any game on this while streaming or recording, and it works perfectly fine. But now ever since I've gotten it back, just a lot. We run into so many issues while streaming and all that kind of stuff. We have so much scuff, which granted, scuff is part of the aesthetic, part of the vibe. But at the same time, it's also kind of like, you know, at a certain point, when is it too much? Oh no, there are so many hidden pictures and stuff that you can't see that take up data. Okay, that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Okay, yeah, we definitely shouldn't play it then, because it would probably murder my PC. Because the more I've thought about it, the more I'm like, it really has been ever since like I got the PC back that it really is just not working that well. You know, it's just really not been working too well. I got this song stuck in my head. It's good Sharok's TikTok vocal cover. Listen, we can definitely... I'll probably check that out on my own time. You know, I don't really feel comfortable playing other people's song on here. Otherwise, I would. But also, regardless of if I felt comfortable doing that or not, I mean, we're not interrupting coconut time. You know what I mean? This is coconut time, baby. How do y'all like the view? Oh, this is good. This is good. I love this. 1K points. Oh my gosh, dude. What's like the high score on this game? Like what's like the highest score anyone's ever gone to? Here, let me look that up. Let me look that up. Hang on. What's the highest score someone has on Coconut Simulator? $100. The high... Oh, for Coconut Simulator 2, it's... Hang on. Coconut Simulator, latest achieving players. Wait. No. 257,182,110. I don't think that's true. I don't think anyone has that many hours in this game. I wish that there was a way to check. For some reason, despite how like massive this game is, like there just isn't like something keeping track of that for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know the actual name of the game that was according to Google. Is it? So it might not be the chess game then? It might not be this chess game. Hang on. Game that was made to not be played? Is that what I would look up? Is that what I'd look up? Wait, hang on. So there's several games with the explicit purpose of not being played. One of them being Progress Quest. That seems really ironic. Often cited as the quintessential zero-player game, the player creates a character, but from that point on, the game plays itself, with the character leveling and gaining gear without any further input. Okay, Godville, Progress the Quest, Abandoned Blue Box. I'm not finding anything specific. Hang on. It's got to be like 2.5 billion. I don't think so. Is that something that we think we could do? Do we think that we could like become like the #1 Coconut Simulator streamer of all time and just have like the highest score? Granted, I think it'd just be too hard on my PC. I think if I left this game going long enough to like get those kinds of like ridiculously high scores, I feel like my computer would probably just like not handle it. It would probably just like crap out again. It'd probably just crap out for like the millionth time, and then I'd be back to having no PC that could run Coconut Simulator. And I don't want that fate. I don't think anyone deserves a fate that terrible. Look up Coconut God achievement. Well, I think the thing is like. So I was seeing, like, the achievements when I was looking this stuff up. But I think that the issue with, like, looking at that and having that be, like, a good baseline for, like, how many hours people have in it is that doesn't calculate for people who have played more than that. You know what I mean? Like, there's probably a bunch of people, like, probably millions of players who have been like, I want to get at my score as high as possible. So they've exceeded 100%ing the game. You know what I mean? Like, there has to be, like, a bunch of people who have done that before. For regular Coconut Sim, there's a badge for staying 100 hours, for getting 360k. I think that's regular, pretty sure. Yeah. That is like essentially what you need to get like the 100% is like the 360k score. But again, I just wish that there was like some kind of like leaderboard for like highest scored players in this game. I feel like it's like really simple. Like, I mean, like really silly that there isn't. Just make a bot that looks through every Coconut Simulator owner and see who has the most time. Is that something I can do? Can I pull up like Steam or something and just look up people who own Coconut Simulator? I thought you'd have to be like friends with them on Steam to actually be able to look at their stuff. Probably. Well, here, let me try. Hang on. How would you do that, though? Hang on. I'll just... Can you look up who owns certain games on Steam? Oh, stat sites on Steam, maybe. What's a good, like, stat site? Hang on. Stat sites, Steam games. Charts overview. No, this wouldn't show me. Also, Neo 3 came out, and I've never played Neo 1, but I've heard, like, so many incredible things about it. I've really been wanting to, like, check it out. But we won't for a little while, sadly. I don't know, they removed it, though. It was, like, 5-7 years. I'm so glad that you didn't say 6-7. Listen, I know me calling it out and saying 6-7 kind of defeats the point of you not saying 6-7. I just wanted to say that I appreciate your self-restraint on that one. That is, like, incredibly commendable of you. So I really appreciate that. I was careful, and again, it's been acknowledged, it's been appreciated. We love you here for that. Oh, beautiful. This is truly amazing. Best viewers on Steamaboo. Whoa. Okay, well, hang on. I got a murder. Oh my gosh, am I gonna do something? Hang on. I can do a thing now. Oh, but I'm not getting a score while I'm doing... Dude, this sucks. Man. Why can't... There we go. I was aware, Sant, don't worry. I don't know who Sant is, but I really appreciate that. I don't know who the Sant is that you speak of, but I really do appreciate that. Okay, let me go ahead and pull the YouTube side back up. Boop. There we go. We're back in it, baby. What do we want to look at now? Whoa, bot, let's go. Actual bot. What's wrong with 6-7? It's just a number. You know, that's such a healthy outlook to have on life, Flowey. Like, truly, unbelievably, what a healthy outlook to have on life. That is just a number and doesn't have any further meaning to it. I really should kind of adopt your mindset, because that's a beautiful way to look at life. Dark kills bot, not clickbait. Dark kills only fans bot, not clickbait. For real. As a Coconut. Coconut commits murder, not clickbait. The pause is strong. The pause is too strong. Again, I don't like it. Because again, I mean, I'm kind of just doing the same thing here as I would if it was like pods and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, guys, this is so like symbolic of like the light and darkness that envelops us both. And like the greater the light, the greater capacity for darkness in all of us. That's like the being symbolized through the shadows right here. It's so beautiful. It's such a beautifully told story. It has so much symbolism in it at all times. That's insane. I'm not on the internet much. Listen, you know, you've been to these streams though, you know? We've done 6-7 memes here plenty of times. I like the wave sounds. I like the wave sounds too. It's very, very atmospheric, you know? It's very beautiful. So true. Actually, more people have died by coconut falling on their head than from shark attacks. Shark attacks. I'm not kidding. Listen, one of my favorite stats for people to bring up is people who die via shark attacks. And my only counter to people who try to be like, well, actually, sharks aren't that dangerous because look at these stats of how many more people are killed by this thing than by sharks. And it's like, hey, how about this? How much do you think shark attack rates would go up by if they were on land with us? Yeah, you know what I mean? How much more do you think people would be getting attacked by sharks if we were were within their reach consistently? You know what I mean? Like, the only people, like, going out and getting attacked by sharks are, like, people going out into, like, the water or, like, going swimming in, like deep waters. And that's not even entirely true. Like, sometimes sharks are just like, hey, yo, I'm small enough. I'm going to go get this person in knee-deep water. Let's go, baby. Like, come on. Shark takes a small nibble and a man loses the leg. Exactly. That's always, like, one of my favorite things. Like, sharks aren't inherently, like, evil or aggressive creatures, but they do investigate things that are very curious animals. And it's like, yes, the way they investigate and feel things out, though, are with their teeth. Like, there are many cases of people losing limbs because a shark got a little too curious. You know, I'm like, frankly, not worth it. Not worth it. If this is what happens when a shark's feeling a little silly and a little goofy, I'm good not being around them. Maybe that's just being a little too prejudiced, but that's just kind of my opinion. No, they are actually 100% dangerous, but they're adorable. I think they're so creepy. I think fish are so creepy because they all just kind of, like, outside of dolphins, which is ironic because dolphins are, like, actually genuinely evil animals. Like, all other fish just kind of, like, look dead inside. Like, there's no thoughts back there. It's just pure. It's almost like they're all already corpses, just kind of swimming through life, essentially. That's how they all feel. Again, except for dolphins. But those are the most evil ones. Those are, like, the most evil fish, essentially, you know? So anyways, who wins? Coconut or Goku? Me. I am Coconut. I win. All right? I think I could personally take on... Oh, wait, no, you guys, this was on a different stream. Never mind. I was going to make a reference to a different stream, but listen, you'd have to be there. But yeah, no, I could definitely take on Goku right now. It'd be a little iffy when I'm, like, you know, in my anime girl form. But as a Coconut, this, like, multiplies my power several thousand times over. Most sharks, not gonna lie, just do jack, but there are some that just see a person and go, nah, that guy ain't allowed to be happy, and just bum rushes you. I think tiger and bull sharks are the two most common ones for attacks. I think that those two are, like, some of the more aggressive kinds of sharks out there. Like, whenever I was, like, because I used to watch a lot of, like, river monsters or, like, those kinds of, like, hunting, like, dangerous animals, like, when they're, like, some animals, like, being a little too, you know, freaky with the locals, you know? Like, a lot of the time when it was, like, fish-related, it was, like, one of those two kinds of sharks. Lemon sharks are situational. I know we've looked up lemon sharks before, but I don't remember what they are here. Let me look that up really quick. Fish are terrifying, mainly because of my trypophobia, fear of dots. See, fish are terrifying for me because I'm scared of anything in water that I can't see the bottom of. And again, I watched way too much River Monsters as a kid. I watched that show every single time it would come on, and that made... I think that's unironically probably why I have, like, a fear of any body of water that I can't see the bottom of, is because my brain goes, what if there's a fish in here that wants to kill me? You know, it's like that kind of thing. I love fish. They're so cool. They're so creepy. They're so, like, there are some that I'm like, whoa, that's a cool guy. But for the most part, I'm like, I don't like these guys. Oh, these lemon sharks are weird. They kind of just look like great whites, but they're piss yellow. And a little bit longer in the face. Their faces are, oh yeah, I don't like their faces. They're so creepy and so wide and so long. Okay, well, I don't like those guys. I don't like those guys one bit. They're so weird. Remember, in the first ever episode of Dragon Ball, Goku got a head concussion from a coconut, which is why he's so stupid. Well, technically, that was in the first episode of Z, and it wasn't from a coconut. It's because he was dropped off a cliff onto his head. It had nothing to do with a coconut, but it was caused by a concussion, which I'll give him. Bro, so true. Wait, remember... Oh, the Dragon Ball thing. Listen, again, technically incorrect. True, it all connects. Lemon sharks are tropical surface swimming sharks. They're the ones you see in videos of shark in beach. Is it just because they're like so much more like someone took them into Photoshop and just kind of flattened them down a bit? Is that why it's like that? I mean, they are called lemon sharks. Yeah, I mean, I kind of got that. Doesn't stop me from judging them based on their appearances, does it? Wait, dark. Wait, what? Wait, what? I once swam in an aquarium tank for clarification. It was like a thing you could pay to do and go underwater with the fish. I could never. There have been so many people who have been like, hey, yo, scuba diving? And I'm like, nope. There are few things worse to me than being underwater with the fishies. That is something that I will never... It's like that. My other biggest fear is like skydiving. And then my third other one is being like in the canyon driving when there's no kind of guardrails. I am like petrified, terrified to my very core of like driving through a canyon where there isn't like a guardrail on the side and then driving off the cliff. I am genuinely so terrified of that. It's one of those things of like, I physically cannot do it. Like, I could never be in a relationship with someone who's like loves the canyons. Because like, here's the thing, I love going through the canyons, but it's a thing with my family where they all know that if I'm going, we have to be somewhere where that I can handle, because it's generally like this. Honestly, I think this fear might be worse than the water thing or like fishes or anything like that. Because like, genuinely, I will start like, I don't like cry a lot at most things, but I will genuinely like cry and start like shaking, and like I've almost like started like hyperventilating on some of these things. That's what got my parents to like start taking it very seriously, is when I almost passed out from not being able to breathe while doing it. It's just one of those like phobias that I have that I'm like, I'm never gonna try and get over. I'm never gonna try and get over it. Goblin shark, deep sea, creepy but super cool and fascinating. See, that is one that I know we've looked up before. That is one that we've looked up before, and I do not like looking at its face. I do not like its face. Ironically, I don't have claustrophobia or fear of the ocean. I can go in caves or whatever, just vibing. Unironically, I would rather go spelunking, cave diving, which is also a big fear of mine, than be, again, in a canyon driving through with no kind of like guardrailing on the side. I'm generally trying to think of things that I would like rather, like situations I'd rather be in than that. I truly cannot think of many. I like, outside of like obvious ones like, oh, you're dying, like you're being stabbed to death. But even then, I feel like I'd be more calm. I feel like I'd be more calm in that situation. I think the only thing I horribly fear is just heights and arachnophobia, which I guess my thing is technically a fear of heights because I'm very scared of heights. Again, that's why stuff like skydiving is so bad for me. I feel like if it's like in a very controlled situation or like there are safety precautions already established. So like, that's why, like, again, if there are like guard railings, I'm so fine. Or I'm so astronomically fine in the canyon as long as there is some kind of guard railing, because it just makes me feel safe. Whereas for me, I'm like, especially if I was like the one driving, it's like the slightest hiccup on my part kills me and anyone I'm driving with. Or like, because again, people start like driving like super fast through canyons, so it's like, oh, if one of these people comes around a corner that I can't see and just hits me, it's all over. No matter where they hit me on the car, if they hit me hard enough, I'm going off the cliff essentially. Again, like even like arachnophobia. Oh, you said archophobia. What is archophobia? I don't know about this one. I don't know about that one at all. Hang on, let me look that up. Archophobia. An intense, irrational, and persistent fear of heights. Oh, okay, so it's just the fear of heights. Okay, yeah. Again, I probably have that. That's probably, like, what causes it, like, so deeply. And again, it's one of those things, like, I don't even, like, I feel it so strongly, I don't care to try and solve it. Because, like, that's why I try to, like, get past, like, a lot of things in life when it comes to, like, mental stuff like that, is, you kind of got to get over it to an extent. I mean, that's what I did with, like, my anxiety. Like, I just forcefully exposed myself to situations that would give me, like, a lot of anxiety, and I had to push through it to help me get past a lot of my anxieties that I have. And that helped a lot. Same thing with a lot of fears. Like, again, with spiders and stuff, I used to be huge. I still have arachnophobia, but I'm now able to manage and handle it because I just force myself to, like, interact with spiders and stuff like that, essentially. So I can handle a lot of that stuff. But this is genuinely, like, so, like, paralyzing, and it fills me with so much fear that I'm like, it's not even worth doing. You know what I mean? Have you seen basking sharks? No, I have not. I'm gonna Google some coconut facts. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Hang on. Basking shark. Oh, what is... Jesus! Is this proof that there is no God? Is a basking shark proof of that? Because this thing is... Like, to be fair, this guy's really cool. This guy is genuinely super freaking cool right now. I think there is no God. Because if there was, and he made that, he's not a god worth worshipping, essentially. This thing looks like an eldritch nightmare. Like, it genuinely looks like one of those bosses in a game where you see it, like, you see its normal form, and you're like, oh, this guy's, like, fine. And then it just transforms on you. It just elongates. It just gets bigger. It's like, why do that? And then what's another one? Orthocanthus shark. Hang on, let's look this guy up. Orthocanthus shark. Oh, is this guy even a shark? This guy's like an eel. Okay, this guy's pretty freaking sick too. Oh, is he like extinct? Because all I'm seeing is like art of him. I'm not seeing like any like actual like pictures or anything like that. So he must be extinct. Worm shark. Here, let's do some worm sharks. Worm sharks. Ew. Nope, they're gross. I don't like them. I don't like looking at them. They freak me out. They're weird. Those are weird guys. A coconut tree produces roughly 180 coconuts per year. Wow, that's surprisingly low. No, it's during a single harvest. See, you said that was low. I'm like, that's way higher than I thought. Because when I think of like coconuts, I think of like, like palm trees and stuff where like a couple coconuts grow on them total. I didn't expect it to be like that many. That's insane. Big mouth shark, basically. Oh my gosh, that shark would do so well on the show Big Mouth. It could it could be a starring cast member there. Oh my god. Kind of like the whale version of sharks. I think that one's like even because like with whales, when they open their mouth, they look very proportional. Like they look very proportional. Everything you're seeing there makes sense. With this guy, I think it's closer to like when snakes unhinge their jaw, the way it just expanded. And I'm like, I don't like that one bit actually. I don't like that one bit. Biggest they can grow to is 70 or 90 feet long. Wait, hang on. Which shark are you talking about there? Is that the Orthocanthus? The Orthocanthus, I think, is the shark that you were saying. Is that the shark that you're talking about that gets up to that big? The basking shark gets up to 70 feet long? Oh, that's why you called it the whale of sharks. That's why you called it the whale of sharks. Oh my god. Do you know like what oceans like those are in? Like where those guys are from? My favorite is the Ricky Roll shark. Ha ha ha. Good one. I own a megalodon tooth. Wait, like for realsies? Wait, is that thing like the size of a sword? Could you put like a hilt on that and like turn it into like a weapon? The coconut tree is botanically named Cocos nucifera. Wait, nucifera kind of has like a little like nice ring to it. I kind of like that. And they can grow up to 82 feet, 25 meters high. That checks out. That checks out. I found a new streamer I like. The only issue is that they also go by the name Dark. Hey, yo, that's fine. Drop. What's their name? What's their name? What kind of stuff do they stream? Like, listen, guys, we got 2 more hours to fill. We can talk about truly anything right now. Like, if you have any questions, anything you want to bring up, like, let's just yap about it. I mean, obviously, as long as it's appropriate. As long as it's, like, appropriate things to bring up, then, like, we can do that. Don't do anything, like, stupid and, like, obviously not appropriate, essentially. And it's confusing. Listen, but here's the thing, though. How could you ever confuse me with someone else? I was here first. I was the first Dark in your life, right? Like, come on. That gives me a special place in your heart, Right? I'm holding a gun up to you, but it's below the desk. You can't see. Wait, besides, it's the biggest species of shark besides Megalodon, which is dead. Yeah, the Megalodon's gone. I love the conspiracy theories about the Megalodon still being alive, though. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I fall into, like, a YouTube rabbit hole, it's usually about how, like, this cryptid or, like, this, like, once-thought animal might actually not be dead. Oh, no. No, that's a real shark. It's the size of my hand. What do you mean by that? The Megalodon were real sharks. They were so big. Their teeth were massive. I've been in one of them before. Obviously not a living one, but I've been inside of the jaws of like a dead one before. Like they're big. Don't ruin my fantasies. Basking shark's habitat found in all oceans, preferring cooler temperature waters and undertake long migrations. Well, you just ruined the rest of my life. Thank you for ruining beaches for me. I can never go on a cruise now. If I fall into the water, listen. If I fall into the water and I kind of like look down in it and I see a shark coming at me, I'm like, oh no, a shark. And then as soon as I see that mouth expand, I'm like, oh Jesus, it's that one. No, run. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to be able to emotionally handle that. Marvel Rivals actually. Wait, you were actually the second? Who was the first? Who was the first one? Now I'm insecure. now I'm insecure, Uwu. You've hurt my feelings. How could you? How could you do this to me? But I'm your favorite Dark, though, right? right? Holding up gun again. Hey, listen, I guess it's just time for me to get into Marvel Rivals. I've wanted to, but I just have like this thing where like I don't like these like endless live service games. The only ones that I play and enjoy are like gacha games on my phone. Things that I play while I'm at work, and things that I play like while I'm like editing videos and like working on like menial tasks and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like but that's it. Outside of that, like live service games have just never like tickled my fancy before, just because I'm like, dude, I'm like a full-grown adult right now. I work a job. I do all the streams. I edit all my videos. I have too many things to take care of. I don't have enough time to like dedicate to like these live service games, and there's so many other games that I want to play and beat, you know? That's kind of how I look at it. Like there's all these like live service games. It's like, is it worth it to get into it to play a couple of rounds and then go, well, that was fun. Time to never play this one again. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I'd ever be able to keep up with any of these games. The Ricky Roll Shark is a real shark. Flowey, if I look up this Ricky Roll Shark and it's not real, I ban Andrew. Are you okay with that? Is this a deal that we're willing to take? Look up Blue Hole underwater. It's a very cool and terrifying underwater phenomenon. Why are you doing this to me? What did I hurt you? Why are you making me look up things that you know is gonna scare me? What was this called? What is this called? Look up Blue Hole phenomenon. Oh Christ. Hang on. Underwater. Hang on, I need an explanation of this. Blue holes are massive vertical submarine sinkholes formed during past ice ages by the erosion of limestone, creating deep dark blue circular and often bottomless-looking underwater caves. These, such as the Great Blue Hole in Belize and Dean's Blue Hole, act as unique, nutrient-rich, or conversely anoxic and isolated ecological oasis in diverse marine life. Okay, so what's like the scary part of this? What's the scary part of that? That just sounds like sick, actually. That actually just sounds really cool. The Megalodon tooth is as sharp as my hand. Is that incredibly sharp? Does that mean you're a weapon you could play with viewers? That is true. I've been really wanting to like do stuff with the viewers, whether it be like Pokemon battles, playing like maybe like online Smash or something, or like doing something like that. Maybe that's what we'll do. How about this? I'll start working on a thumbnail for a Marvel Rivals stream. And then, so like, this is going to be a very vague timetable. And then when it's done, whoever wants to can just kind of join, you know? Whoever wants to can just, like, kind of join into that. Maybe that's what we'll do. Because, yeah, I do want to draw more thumbnails. I just have, like, it just, like, takes so much time to actually, like, make a good one when you're trying to, like, draw it all out. But I'm like... With some of them, it's more fun than others. Like, with the Marvel Rivals one, I'm like, I can already kind of, like, imagine how I'd want it to be. Especially, like, the character designs in that game and, like, the style and everything like that. So, like, I think that'd be, like, a fun one just to draw, you know? And give you a gambling addiction. Wait, is there gambling in Marvel Rivals? Is there gambling in Marvel Rivals? What do you mean? What do you mean? Yes. Okay, you're good. You're good at sacrificing Andrew. I'll take my sacrifice. Okay, here we go. Ricky Roll Shark. Did I spell it right? Is it just Rickirroll? Is that how you spell it? It's cool. It's so cool though. Wait, which one's so? Oh, the water holes. Yeah, those are very cool. They just seemed really awesome. They're loan sharks. I think is it just the Rickroll? Wait, Rickroll Rage Shark GIF, Ultimate Rickroll compilation, and it's a shark. Never gonna give you up. Sharks Astley sings. Never gonna give you up. I can't. Hang on. Images. This is just pulling up a bunch of random sharks. I don't think this is exactly what you meant for me to find, but this is what I'm finding. It's just bringing up like every variety of shark right now. Well, That was a fun side quest. I don't think that had the intended effect that you thought it would, just because I'm stupid and incompetent. You know what I mean? I think that might be the #1 issue. Also, I'm realizing this now. This is the first time y'all are actually seeing like the back of my hair and seeing how long it is in the back. That's kind of weird. That's weird to think of, that you've never seen the back of my head before, like the back of my hair in any kind of way. That's weird. It looks bottomless and you can't know your way if you swim down without help. Well, but like, wouldn't you just use the logic of like, if you're swimming down, up is just the way that you came from? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Is that a crazy thing to say? You'll have to stream that on a Monday or Tuesday for me to play. Listen, whenever that thumbnail gets done in 15 years or something, I'll definitely schedule it on a Tuesday. That way we can play it together. I'm so fine to do that. You know, that is a-okay. We can absolutely work around that, because, you know, sometimes I do stream on Tuesday anyways. It's not very often, but sometimes I do stream on Tuesday instead of Thursday. That'll just be one of those weeks that we do that. Yes, another cool thing is underwater fog. Must have misspelled it. How freaking dare you? How freaking dare you come to me with, you must have misspelled it. I asked you how it was spelled, and then I spelled it. I spelled it that way. I spelled it that way. How dare you? Hang on, what is underwater fog? Occurs when warm, moist air moves. Oh, this is cool. It genuinely looks pretty magical. It genuinely looks really, really magical, unironically. See, that one's not scary. I like that one. I like that one a lot because it's not scary. Densely layered water mixes up with stuff, causing a fog type layer to form. Yeah, that one looked really cool. Oh, hello. I did not mean to do that. Hang on. Oh, you know, it's time for us to look at something else anyways. Let's look at that. There we go. Perfect. Beautiful. Something else. And underwater, your center direction can be warped pretty fast. That's why most divers have a warning counter for dangerous cave/areas. I mean, like, I understand that, but like, listen, just be like, my feet are pointed this way. Let me fold. Hang on. Hang on. How do I illustrate my point? I was going to pull up Clip Studio Paint, but I'm scared that my computer will probably just explode. Okay, so like, let's imagine for just a second, hang on, that this tree right here, the one that my little lumpity-gumpity is in front of, let's imagine that the leaves right there are the toesies, the grippers of the diver, and then the bottom is the head. Once you're swimming down into it and you're like oh, I'm ready to head back and that kind of stuff, you simply fold your body in half so that your head is now pointing your toesies way, and then you just go up. Does that make sense? Are we all following? That will be on the test. We will be taking a test at the end of the year on all these things that I say. That's going to be on the test. So you guys better be taking notes. I think that's just how you do it. You'll get Flowey voice reveal. Somehow I still sound like I'm 14. Listen, sometimes it just be like that. That's going to be crazy, because it's going to ruin, because I have voices for everyone here in my head. It'll kind of ruin like the illusion once I hear the real voices, you know? It's kind of like when you have like a storytime animator and you have like their entire personality, like their entire like person represented by their cartoon, and then you see their face and it's like, that's not you. That's not you at all. That's not you at all, you know what I mean? That's not you at all. Warning. Don't search Undertale. Hang on, you know, I'll search up Undertale when everyone gets back from the ads. I don't wanna look up Undertale because I feel like I'm being baited right now, but I'm gonna fall for it. So I'll look that up when Flowey gets back. How about that? Back? Okay, perfect. Hey, I'm gonna look up Undertale. Okay, let's just go ahead and Undertale. Oh, Jesus, never mind. Holy fuck. Oh, my gosh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being so cursy and abrasive right then. I should have listened. I should have listened. I should have listened. I didn't think it was going to be that. Oh my gosh. I blame Flowey too. Listen, the best way to get people to look something up is to go, don't look this up. If you didn't want us to look it up, don't bring it up. Don't bring it up. You know what you mean? You just stay silent. Because I wouldn't have known that that was a thing to look up until you said don't do it, and that made me curious because I'm like, I feel like I'm being baited and it might be something kind of cool because obviously an Undertale reference. Fuck, dude. I just saw a penis. Oh my gosh. Oh, anyways. Andrew, I'm glad what you meant. You understood what I meant by like the folding it in half. I'm glad you understand. Back, hi, and don't look up adult stuff. I have don't blame Flowey as him. I do blame Flowey. I refuse to take accountability. Don't look up R34 car. Okay, well I know that one. I know. Listen, to be fair, as soon as you put R34 and then anything else, I know not to look it up. That one's totally. That one makes sense. Whereas like with the Undertale one, I thought you were trying to like do a little coy baiting me into looking up like a really cool Undertale fan project. I didn't think you were actually genuinely warning me to not look it up because like listen, that's not the type of relationship that we have, you know? We're like mortal enemies but like best buddies in the same like sentence, you know what I mean? So like it's like I thought you were trying to be like coy, you know? Red sprites lightning. What? What? What does red sprites lightning mean? The Nissan Skyline. Hang on. We gotta lock in. The Nissan Skyline GT-R R34, produced from 1998 to 2002, is a technologically advanced car with a twin-turbo i6 engine and cutting-edge handling features. It is also known as a Ken-Mary Skyline due to the popular ad featuring a couple named Ken and Mary. Here's a quick overview of the R34. AI. Excellent. You know, I'm still doing like, so like when you're like using like VTubes and stuff, like VTubers and like all the models and stuff, you have to like emote your face a lot while talking to actually get it like track your face very well. Like if you just like talk like how you like normally do and like move your face how you normally do, it's still gonna like pick it up, but it's not gonna pick it up in like quite the same amount of detail. You have to like really emote and express with your like face a lot to actually like have it like pick up on your expression very well. I'm still doing that. I'm still like moving my head in all the ways that like I want it to be like picked up on. I'm still like emoting with my face like a ton right now, and it's all for a coconut. It's all, no matter what I do here, it's all just coconutting, you know. R34 is a car according to Google. Don't ask me how I know that. Well, but I need to know how you know that. You can't say these things. You can't say these things and expect me not to ask and inquire further. No? No? What do you mean, no? I refuse to elaborate. How dare you? The red sprites of lightning is such a cool and weird phenomenon. This is what the stream is now. It's just me just grabbing my dude, this is so awesome. This is so cool. Hang on. Being able to use my phone while we're streaming to look this stuff up instead of like me needing to like move over, click off of my stuff and everything, like pulling up Google on my computer. This is so much freaking better because it's so just quick. It's just so much easier. I need to be a coconut more. I think, you know, this amazing, beautiful, gorgeous model that I had made for me. It's done. It's over. We're out of here. I'm a coconut now. I'm a coconut streamer. I need to actually set up whatever the PNG tuber application's called. I don't actually know what it's called. Then I'm actually gonna like draw a mouth for myself. I'm gonna draw a mouth for myself, and I'm gonna draw different expressions, and then we're just gonna be a coconut from now on. For real, he needs a coconut hat. Should I turn this into a hat that I can wear in VTube Studio? Should I turn this into a hat there? But dude, no, this red lightning thing genuinely looks so cool. unironically, this looks like freaking like Placidusax attacking you in Elden Ring. Any of like the ancient dragons attacking you. This is exactly what. Well, to be fair, that's probably what it's like. Those attacks are based off of is like this real life phenomenon right now. Like this is genuinely the sickest thing, like the sickest natural thing that I've ever seen. Elf sprite lightning. It's like the red lightning, but white. That's cool. That's really sick. And red lightning is real, which is even... No, that's like the cool part about that. It's like, I didn't know that that was a thing. That's so freaking cool. Honestly, you should just play this game every day. You're too lazy to play a game. But dog, that's my secret. I'm always feeling too lazy to play a game. Every single time we pull up a stream, I'm so tired by the time we get to that point. Like, listen, you can't do that for me. You can't give me an out. If you give me an out, listen, who's dying in the background? Oh, it's a bird. Yeah, I was killing it with one of my one of the abilities that I've unlocked with my score of 3,000 is it's a passive death aura to kill like weak enemies. It's kind of like Conqueror's Hockey in One Piece, where like the whole point of that is just to eliminate fights against grunts and people who it wouldn't be interesting to have like combat with anyway. That's kind of like what I'm doing. I'm exuding that kind of aura to eliminate people who aren't worth my attention, essentially. It's a really good ability that unlocks around like the score of 3,000. Most common near mountain peaks since it's the upper atmosphere. That's so cool. That's so freaking sick. I genuinely want... To be fair, I genuinely want to see that in real life, and I'm also like, how scared would I be? You know what I mean? How terrified would I be to see that? Because how close to death am I? You know? Is that like a fair thing to think? I think that's a pretty fair thing to think. That's very fair. If you're wondering, the term Undertale was created by Toby Fox because he didn't want people finding porn of Undertale while searching for the game, so he encouraged those artists to use the term Undertale. Oh, you know, that's actually kind of cool. To like kind of like keep your like stuff, like your IP, like very much so safe for work, and like keep like that kind of like, because it's him not like saying like any of that kind of stuff like bad and like demonizing that kind of stuff, but it's him just like being like, here, we're just gonna separate it. So then people who just want to look up genuine Undertale stuff don't have to be exposed to it, but it's still an option for people who do want it, essentially. Like, that's really cool. Another cool thing, Fall Streak Hole. Not as cool, but still pretty cool. Fall Streak Hole. There's a large... Ooh. Yeah, that's definitely not as cool. But this is like one of those things, like, if I saw that out in nature, like... my life would just be better for it. Is that a fair thing to say? Like, that's kind of like one of those moments, like, you see that and you go, you know what, maybe real life, maybe the real world is really cool. You know what I mean? Hang on. I'm double checking something really quick. Give me just a moment. But yeah, no, that is, again, incredibly cool. Incredibly cool. I feel like I'm learning so much about, like, just, like, life right now in this stream. I feel like we're just learning so much about, like, existence right now and, like, the beauties and, like, the horrors of, like, Earth and all that kind of stuff. To be as dramatic as possible. Because, you know, that's genuinely, like, all that we're, like, looking up right now. All that we're doing is just, like, looking up new and interesting doodads and stuff like that, you know? And I'm pretty here for it. Because this is what happens, like, during, like, our streams anyways. Except it's, like, we always just, like, interrupt ourselves to like look up these kind of like little facts and stuff. I found it. Bro, this cloud's name is so annoying to type, but it's really cool. Mamatis Cloud. Yeah, Mamapa. I was trying to make a Yamama joke and then I completely flubbed everything. Can we just please not acknowledge that? Oh, wait, these are so cute. These are adorable. Actually, no, that one picture kind of makes it look like demonic angels coming from the sky. But most of these pictures are very cute, though. They're kind of like very cozy looking clouds. This guy, bro. Wait, what are you talking about? Flowey? In 2016, there were over 59 million tons of coconut produced worldwide. That's kind of crazy. I guess, to be fair, coconuts are kind of heavy, though. Coconuts are a little heavy, though. Although, but to be fair, if we do... there are other topics that we can also talk about other than coconuts, despite the fact that it's my favorite stuff, because I found out a lot of things about myself over the past little while. So you want to talk about Hear Me Out? I don't know, I'm out of ideas. No, you. This guy, bro. Wait, what? What? What are you doing? What do you mean? Who are you talking about? This guy? What did I say? What did I say? This guy, bro? What did I say? It's time for the Factopedia brain to work. No, 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 no. Here's the thing. We have other things we could talk about. We could do a couple hear me outs. We could do a couple of that here. Let me. Oh, how do I think of that? The issue, like for me, is like when I'm trying to think of like my hear me outs, it's really, really hard because I just have like objectively correct takes is the issue. So like if I find something attractive, it's hard for me to not just say that they're objectively like those are just like objectively correct opinions to have. You know what I mean? Like it's genuinely like such a struggle for me. Because when I'm trying to think of like a hear me out, I'm like, but that isn't just a hear me out. That's just objectively hot. You know what I mean? Here, you throw out a couple, and we'll judge each other. He's talking about him. Wait. What do you? I feel so lost. I feel so confused. What 23? Oh, we just got a trophy. We just got. I don't know if that popped up on stream, but we got a trophy. We're now a beginner coconut. Oh, let's go. This is the best day. I don't think life can get better than today, actually. I don't think life can get better than today. Color blue, like the entire concept. Okay, well, we know that one. We know that one. Think of another one. Here, I'm trying to look around my room. Do I have anything in here that's a hear me out? The PS5. The PS5. Like, look at that figure. Especially if you have, like, one of the ones that has, like, the disc on it. That's a good hear me out right there. You know what I mean? Also, coconuts. How could we not? How could we not in this moment just talk about coconuts right now? Trigon? Do you mean, are you talking about Raven's dad? Are you talking about Raven's dad from Teen Titans? Is that who you mean? Is that a hear me out? Or is that just like a conventionally hot demon dad? I don't know. Oh, also, one of the okay, so something I was going to talk about was like, so there's like this, these fan-made figures that, like, you know, get made sometimes, like out of, what material are they? I don't remember what material they are. But they're, like, handmade by fans and sold on, like, websites, that kind of stuff. And that kind of stuff. And one came across my timeline, and it was of Blaze the Cat dressed up as Raven from Teen Titans. I was like, whoa, that's, like, a really cool one to get. So I clicked on it, saw the price tag of $200, and I'm like, that's too much for me to pay, but I also understand why you would want that because of like how much work you have to put into this. Like again, like these people are like hand painting these things. Like that is a lot of work. And then I was like, but it's also really cool. But then I kind of zoomed in on it. I was like, I think I can see nipples. I think I can see nipples pointing through that clothes. I don't think I could have that in my room. I don't think I could have that in my room. So I was like, let's just move away from that right now. Anti-cyclone tornado. Him? Yeah, him. What did I do? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Please. What the fuck? Yeah, okay, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to judge anyone. It's kind of going a little, But, like, again, like, the figure itself was, like, so cool. And it was so high quality. And I love Blaze the Cat a lot. And I also really like Raven from Teen Titans. So like maybe if there's one day where I like come across a lot of money, I'd be like willing to get it here. I'm gonna let this message into chat. The profanity filters are not liking it, but I'm gonna let it into chat. Here we go. Allow. There we go. There we go. Bonk. 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 Oh wait, hang on. No, Flowey, do not ever say that. Do not make those kinds of jokes in the chat. Please do not ever make those kinds of jokes in chat. Let's avoid saying things like that. Yes, what did I do? What did I do? Yeah, what the fuck? I didn't think. Like again, like this is one of those ones like you gotta think before you say stuff like that. Ban. I'm not gonna ban you, Flowey, but I am gonna just delete that message really quick because that again, these are not jokes to be making. Can I? How do I do this? Oh, I don't know how to delete messages. Well, Uh, hang on. I'll figure it out. I didn't think I'm not good at that. Well, hang on. That you gotta be good at it to some extent. You get there are some things. Listen, I'm one of those people, like, you can joke about a lot of things with me. There are some things that you cannot joke about. Okay, there are just some things. But yeah, no, like, again, like, that's one of those things I was like, I would really, really like to, like, it was like a figure that was like, maybe if like there's like a day or like I feel like really like rewarding myself or something, I could get that. Just time me out for the shortest amount of time. I don't know how to do it for a specific amount of time. Here, let me look it up. Bonk. How to time someone out for a specific amount of time. But then yeah, like it's when I noticed that I was like, no, that's not necessary, man. You shouldn't be doing that one. Hang on. Username seconds. Okay, hang on. I think I figured it out. God, I'm just so good. Hang on. Flower. And then I think I just go like this, like 10 for 10 seconds. There we go. A billion messages deleted. Shall Flowey be smited? Says no. Spared. Again, you're being spared. You're being spared, but we're just getting that out of the chat just because I never ever want that to be in my chat ever. Essentially. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Again, that kind of stuff is never ever gonna be allowed in here, under any circumstances. So, but yeah, again, I thought it was very cool until I saw that, and then I was like, no, I'm good. No, I'm okay. So here we are. There we go. Never happened. Light pillar. What? Nothing. Exactly. Nothing happened. Another cool phenomenon. Oh, light pillar. I thought you were saying like that was like the name of me smiting Flowey. I light pillared him or something. Let me look that up. But something else I found out about myself. To be fair, something I've technically. Whoa. Gosh. Life is so magical. Life is so magical. I don't know if you all knew this, but it's so beautiful. It's so good and so, like, worth living and stuff like that. Like, it's genuinely, like, amazing sometimes. Life is so awesome. I tell you, man, I can find so many cool stuff. No, for real. This might be my favorite one so far. Of any of the things that you've ever said to me, this is the best one. This is the best thing you've ever found. I'm just a random man who finds literally anything. Exactly. You just find all of the things ever. But something I've recently found out about myself, and like I guess again, I've technically known it for a long time. I was just genuinely in denial. Is that I'm horrifically allergic to dairy. Is the thing. It's really bad, and I tried like denying it for a long time. But while I was away on the trip, there was just a time I just ate a little bit of cheese, and my body did not like it. It hated every second of that. And so I kind of like looked at myself, and I decided like, well, I guess it's time to stop doing this, because like it really made me like reflect on my life and being like, you know, every single time I eat something and it makes me like sick or like upset in any way, like my body rejects it, is hang on. Oh, check out Snow Rollers 2. Is because it had like some kind of like dairy product in it, and like I just can't keep living this kind of lifestyle, man. My body can't handle it anymore. So now I've been like looking a lot up into like dairy-free diets and like how limited like my food supply is gonna be, and the fact that instead of like drinking my favorite drink of milk, I love milk, I'm now gonna be drinking almond milk, which is like, it's not bad. It's just a little flavorless. It's just not exactly like the best thing ever. And then like when I was like looking at like recipes to make, I think if you're eating at home, it's like really easy. Oh, these just kind of look like hay bales made out of snow. That's sick. That one just looks like a log. That one's silly. My favorite fish. Oh, I think I've looked this one up before. But like the big issue became when I've been like but like, what if I'm like going out to like eat with people? There's so few options. And like today, I was so swamped with stuff going on today because my dad, a lot of bad things happen in the morning that I'm not going to go about because it's just not that interesting of a story. But my dad had a surgery today, and I was ending up getting like home like incredibly late from it. So I was like, McDonald's is just on the way. I'm just gonna eat there. So I was looking at like all the dairy-free options and everything on that. Oh yeah, we've looked at this guy before. He's neat. I kind of hate his face. It's so long, but I really like his color scheme. He's got nice colors going on. He really understands color theory. And so I was like, I'm just gonna grab that. Everything's gonna be fine. But then I ended up like looking at like all the things that actually have dairy in them there, and I was like, the fries have dairy in it? What do you mean? And I was like, okay, I'll just get like a burger without like any like cheese on it or stuff. And then I looked up. Apparently the buns also have dairy in it because they're like all grilled with like butter and stuff like that. So I ended up just getting some chicken nuggets and then a burger without a McDouble without any of the buns, without any of the cheese. So like they gave you a very like special kind of like plate that it comes out on. It looks like one of the things for like the big breakfast that like all like the eggs and sausages that you get, and it was literally just 2 hamburger patties sandwiching pickles and ketchup. It was it was a good time. To be fair, it wasn't the worst thing ever, but it really made me realize how like limited I am. Going to Olive Garden must be painful for you. That's the thing. Every single time in the past, every single time I'd eat at Olive Garden, I would, like, my body would hate it. My body would reject it because I'm so allergic to dairy. Because the stuff I would get there would either be the chicken Alfredo, which has dairy in it, or it'd be the chicken Parmesan, which has dairy on the actual, like, chicken part of it. And I'd always replace, like, the spaghetti noodles with the Alfredo noodles, or, like, the fettuccine noodles, sorry, which would then, like, very much so upset my body. But I have found that there are still a decent couple of things that you can do. Like, I actually, when I got back from the trip, I was doing a lot of grocery shopping that day because, like, when I don't like to buy groceries at any point before I leave. I kind of like to let myself run out before I go, just so then when I'm away, nothing goes bad, essentially. That's kind of how I tend to go about things. So the day I got back, I was, like, really scrambling and trying, like, what am I going to eat for lunch today? Because I haven't had a chance to go grocery shopping yet. So I was like, I need to figure this stuff out. So I was looking at Olive Garden, and, like, despite the fact that, like, 90% of the things there I can no longer eat, I just was like, I'll just create my own pasta. I'll just do this thing. That's what I'll do. And so what I ended up doing was I got the angel hair noodles with the marinara sauce, and then I got sauteed shrimp on top of it. So it was actually, like, a really, really good tasting meal that was completely and totally dairy-free. And as, like, the soup, I got, like, the minestrone, because I almost always get the salad because I love the salads there. But instead, I got the minestrone soup, which has no dairy in it as well. So that was really nice. So it's actually, like, turned out, like, not too bad there. But it's just like, you know, every other place on the planet is bad, is the bad one, essentially. The fries have dairy. Yeah, I don't remember what it was. When I was looking it up, there's something dairy in them. And then I was just like, oh, my gosh. That's why, like, whenever I eat a lot of fries from McDonald's, I also get upset, you know? Like, it all makes sense. So I've been doing a lot of research on, like, dairy-free diets, like, stuff that I can make at home, and, like, stuff that will taste better. Because, like, the stuff that I have is just kind of like, oh, I have, like, chicken that I can grill up. I have, like, these salads and stuff. And, like, I need to get, like, some, like, dairy-free, like, dressings to go on them. But it's really just, like, here's, like, some, like, spinach and, like, a lot broccolis and cucumbers and that stuff along, like, with some grilled chicken and, like, some, like, kind of carb to go on the side, essentially. Like, just stuff like that. But I want to look up, like, better, tastier meals that I can actually, like, make up and get going instead. I think that'd be a lot better. Fun fact, different colored meteor showers depend on what composition is burning. Red, nitrogen, oxygen, yellow, iron, purple, calcium, orange, sodium, teal, magnesium. I can't wait to see a meteor shower with somebody, point at something and go, that one's magnesium. You know what I mean? That's going to go so hard. But I forgot the last few. I mean, that's fine. You still provided a lot for me there. Because, again, that's all information that I did not know. Wait, I just realized something. Something personal that I'm not going to say. Okay. Well, have fun not saying it. I support you in your decisions. So please don't say it if it's something too personal. But I'm glad, question mark, that you realize something? Question mark, question mark, question mark. I'm glad that we could be at least a part of it with you. You know what I mean? I'm glad that we could do that. So yeah, that was a sad realization to come to because like everything that I like in life involves dairy in some way. You really don't realize how many things have dairy in it until you go to eat food, you know? Then you realize that just about everything does, you know? Especially because I'm still trying to like diet and like take care of my body in a lot of ways, like not having anything like high sugary and that kind of stuff. So like my options of what I can eat are very limited. But again, I'm figuring it out though. I'm figuring it out though. We're adjusting. We're adapting. I'm like Maharaga, but instead of like learning how to like fight and overcome curse techniques, I'm just learning how to make different kinds of foods. But yeah, it's the same concept. It's the same concept though. Rip ice cream pizza. Exactly. Some of my favorite things. Some of my favorite things. And then again, that was another instance of like, man, me and my like I have a group of friends who like one of like we don't hang out like too often anymore. Like, well, me and one of these friends do because we still live near each other. We hang out like once a week. But then like the other person who used to be part of like our trio essentially like moved to a different state over, so we don't really get to see them too terribly often. But whenever they are in town, our go-to thing is to get ice cream because we're all like that's like our favorite desserts ever outside of like fancier stuff like banana cream pie. But we're not gonna buy a full pie every single time we're together kind of thing. And that was like, yeah, after every single time one of those hanging out, after every single one of those times that we were hanging out, I didn't feel very good. I really didn't feel very good after. Flashbang mystery fact. Mollenkinney Crater. Mollenkinney Crater? Mollenkinney Crater. That's a turtle. Oh, that's cool. It's just kind of like a crescent moon-shaped island off of Hawaii. That's pretty cool. You got unlucky with the genes? No, for real. That's the thing, though. The more life goes on, the more I realize that my genes, that specifically come from my mom's side of the family, are very bad. I have, like, so many different, like, health issues or, like, allergies and stuff like that, and, like, issues with, like, my body and stuff like that. And all of them just conveniently come from my mom's side of the family. Like, even, like, my wrist. Like, she doesn't have the specific problem that I do, but it is something that runs in her side of the family. So it's like, oh, dude, come on, come on. Like, what are you talking about with this? Okay, wait, PDS 70 system. Okay, just found a cool alternative. We can just look up SpongeBob quotes. That is true. We could just look up SpongeBob facts. I suppose that is an option. What do you mean? What do you mean? Is this coconut right here not, coconutting enough? Is this not good enough? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? This is the best thing I've ever seen, personally. Low key, for real, for real. No cap, no cap. I think three of us are running out of topics. Oh God, hang on. No, because I had more lined up. I just forgot what they were. That's the thing. I need to start like writing these topics down. Because like in getting ready for the stream, I was specifically like, we're just going to be talking for a couple of hours, you know? I gotta think of things to talk about. I'm sorry, the bird was genuinely so distracting me. My stupid, dumb little squirrel brain. Oh my gosh, are there sharks out there? Look at that. They better not come too close to me. My death aura will kill them. But then as soon as like the stream actually started, like all those topics just gone, just out of sight, out of mind, baby. It's so it's so out of there. Because I did find out another fact about myself. So for the longest time, like ever since I was like 13, 14, I've needed to be listening to something to fall asleep to. Like, you know, like, in the past it used to be like audiobooks. Now it's changed like YouTube videos, like video essays and that kind of stuff. And for a long, long while, it became I had to listen to a very specific few videos, and those are the only things that could help me fall asleep. But while I was out on like the vacation and everything with my family, I'm like, well, I can't be like. The way I would do it is like I just like have like my phone next to me and it would just be playing these things and all that kind of stuff out of the speakers. And I'm like, I'm not just gonna sit there and like keep the rest of my family awake while I just listen to these videos and stuff. You know, like that's not very kosher of me personally. So I was like, let me just put in some headphones and like do that kind of stuff. And then I slept so much better on the vacation. And then when I got back, I was like listening to some of the videos that I was listening to while we were on vacation to sleep to. I'm like, my brain's just not turning off. It's just not working. Like there's something about like the audio that's like different. And so I just put the headphones back in and I slept so much better. I fell asleep so much faster than without him. Like, this is such a weird little quirk of mine. But also, trouble sleeping from my mom's side of the family. So I got to go to bed now. Good night. Have a good rest of your night, Rally. Thank you for being here and listening to us ramble about just the dumbest things while being a coconut. I really appreciate you being here. Have a great rest of your night and sleep well. Thank you. Thank you. Also, as I was getting ready, I saw your message on Discord. I'm definitely going to read the thing on there before going to bed tonight. So thank you so much for doing that and everything. It was Kepler? What the freak is a Kepler? What's a Kepler? Found it? I don't know what that is. What Marvel character do you relate to the most other than Spider-Man? Well, I think if I had to pick one personally, I would pick Captain America because I'm really cool, I'm really hot, I'm really jacked. I stand for what's right, and people love me. Like, listen, am I not all of those things? Am I not Captain America down to a T? What? Why are you ellipsing? Why are you ellipsing? Why do you disagree? Do we have an issue here, Flowey? Do we have some kind of issue going on? Like, what are we talking about right now, huh, buddy? What's up? What's up? What's up? You got a problem with what I'm saying right now? Oh, good drink. Good drink. This is a peak stream. Exactly, this is the peak stream. This is the best stream ever. I have no idea what you're talking about. Tress 2B. Oh, dude, I love 2B. To be or not to be, am I right, fellas? Proxima to Planet and Kepler. Okay, hang on. These things you're having me look up are getting a little bit more out there, a little bit more weirder to look up. Tress 2B. Okay. Okay, this kind of looks like one of the planets that you'd find in like a Marvel project actually. I guess probably like closer to DC. I don't really know how much they actually explore planets and stuff in Marvel, you know? Okay. 70B. Why don't they just give planets like normal names? Like what happened to Earth and Venus and stuff like that? Why are they like Tress 2B? Kepler 70B. You know, like what happened to like normal names? Why are they being so quirky and out there right now? Kepler 70B. Oh, that was just a lava planet. That was just straight up like the demon ruins from Dark Souls, dog. That's all that thing is. Also, I'm taking such a long break from Dark Souls. I had such an unfun time with Sen's Fortress. I'm taking like a huge break from that game, which is actually nice because I still need to finish Resident Evil 7 in my own time, and then Resident Evil Requiem's coming out at the end of the month. And y'all best believe I'm disappearing until I beat that game. Even people in like my personal life are not gonna be seeing me until that game is done. Planet B, Proxima B Planet. Wow, what a creative name. Our sun's nearest stellar neighbor. Dude, that's so stellar. That's so stellar, like low-key. Oh my gosh. Magic 8 Ball. Did I do good? Says my sources say yes. I love 8 Ball being in a good mood helps make me be in a better mood. You know what I mean? Because like when they were being like so sassy and like mean to us last time, I was like, why are you being like this? Like no one's enjoying the stuff that you're putting down right now. Like you're kind of being a jerk, you know? You're kind of being a little weenus. Mark Spector. No, wait, it's Jake. No, it's Steven. Never mind. I get that reference. I watched the Moon Knight show. The Moon Knight show that had like 2 good episodes because all of the Disney Plus shows kind of suck. Not to be mean. Listen, I love saying that because like I feel like everyone has one Marvel like Disney Plus show that they really liked while going, oh yeah, all the other ones were pretty terrible though. But everyone has like that one that they're like, whoa, no, but this one is great, and I'm like, no, I don't think so. I think that they're all pretty bad. But unironically, who? What? What do you mean? What's going on? What's going on? Scientists de-scientist things for real. You know what's weird that universal knowledge that has been engraved into everyone's head is that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. It's because it's like a meme. Like that is like the power of like things becoming joke. It's sort of like the fitness pacer test. Like that was just, you know, like a little test that like took place and happened in school. But because of like memes, like it extended its lifespan essentially. It's turning into like a cultural event to an extent, you know what I mean? Which is actually like really, really weird to think about. The power like that memes have over people's knowledge, you know? Proxima B planet is so cool. Was that the lava one? Was that the lava one? Loki is hot. Huh? What? Huh? I said nothing. Memes. Listen, there's nothing wrong with thinking that Loki's hot. There's nothing... No one... This is a safe space. No one's going to judge you for thinking that Loki is hot. Like, that's not something you gotta worry about, dog. That ain't something that you gotta worry about in the slightest. No one here's gonna judge. Except for maybe Andrew, but that's still to be seen. Who's to say, personally? Nah, it was in the exoplanet. Oh, yeah, that one with the source. He's my main for a reason. Listen, again, that's sometimes all that you need. Again, I feel like any kind of, like, not sexuality, but just, like, any kind of, like, attraction to fictional characters almost like being demonized. Like, oh, you like this character because you think that they're attractive? What an absolute pleb. What a gooner you are. But I'm like, no, but, like, sexuality and attraction is just like a basic part of every single species on the planet. Like, I don't think it should be something that demonized. Like, granted, if you're like a full-on gooner, if you're all actually a full-on gooner, then that's an issue. But if you're just like, I like to play this character because they're hot, then like, what? That's all you need. That's all you need, in my opinion. Because he's fun. Yeah, okay. Keep telling yourself that one not. And here's another cool space thing with a normal name like you requested, the red rectangle. Thank freaking gosh. Just a normal name. Just a normal name. Not some stupid, dumb code that I have to put in. Red rectangle. I should have put in space. That is entirely on me. That's Nebula? Oh, whoa. This is kind of trippy to look at. This kind of looks like I'm about to go into like a wormhole or something. That's kind of how this is making me feel right now, like low-key. That's really crazy. It's kind of like really hypnotic to look at. That's cool. That's cool. How did it miss the A? Wait, miss the A for what? Oh, on the Nebula. Lol, Lamau, lol. I don't know. How'd you miss that one? How'd you miss that one up, Andrew? How'd you do that? But I don't know, like, who else do I think I really relate to in Marvel is the thing. I mean, I guess if we're going, like, just, like, MCU, because, like, again, I don't really know, like, comics that well. I don't really know comics too well at all. In terms of, the movies, though, like the MCU, I think I'd relate to Thor a lot, just for his, like, him completely lacking any sense of, like him feeling like he's losing his sense of purpose and, like, belonging, and, like, his life isn't, like, amounting to a lot. That's why I got some emotions, like, I relate to a lot. Like, obviously, like, not on the same degree of him as, like, he feels like a failure because, like, of how many freaking people died in his life, that kind of thing. But, like, just those specific kind of feelings I feel like I can relate to a lot. I can't... Also, WandaVision came out at, like, a very specific time for me, like, make me, like, appreciate that show, at least the early episodes. Because the second half of that show kind of just, like, fucking weird. Not great. But the first half of that show I was, like, really into because, like, how hard, like, that... Maybe Wanda. Maybe Wanda pre-Multiverse of Madness is the character that I'd say I relate to the most from Marvel if we can't do Spider-Man. Because I think not doing Spider-Man is, like, the best way to do one of these questions. Just because, like, Spider-Man's literally designed to be relatable to the everyman, you know? To, like, every single, like, regular person on the planet, Spider-Man was, like, scientifically engineered to be, like, very, very relatable to. You're Deadpool? Oh my gosh, you think I'm Ryan Reynolds? Stop it. Oh my god, get out of here. Please, say it one more time. I couldn't hear you. I need to hear it again. A cool tree is the Hura crepitans. I hope I did the reference correct. What reference? What reference? Hura crepitans. Oh no, I hate these guys. How can you like this? This just looks like something being covered in 1,000 spiky dots. This is awful. This is awful. I hate that. That was the worst thing that I've looked up. That was the worst thing I've looked up tonight. You know Deadpool's face is incredibly disfigured, right? Oh yeah, no, for sure. But again, at the same time, The thing that we've talked about is that, like, I'm not wanted for my looks. I'm wanted for my personality, which is exactly like Deadpool. Oh my gosh, I should have said Deadpool for that reason. Nobody likes Deadpool for his face. They like him for his personality. Oh my gosh, I should have said that. I'm such a fraud. Oh my gosh. He's calling you crazy? Wait, what do you mean he's calling me crazy? Is it because Deadpool's a little loony? That's I'll accept that. I'll accept that. Again, I feel like every single stream that we do is in some way chipping away at my sanity. You know what I mean? It's slowly chipping away at my mental state. And we'll see how that ends. We'll see how that ends. The grenade tree? Yeah. The one with the isn't that the one with like the Mario and Luigi meme of like Luigi or like Mario looking up into the sky and be like, "God, why would you do this?" Isn't that the meme? Isn't that the joke with that one? I think that's the joke. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that that's the bit. I could be wrong. Wait, but Andrew, you haven't answered the question yet. What Marvel character do you think that you relate to the most? Who are you feeling? Who are you feeling on that one? What? What do you mean? Who? You, Andrew? Like, what? Yeah, me. Yes, you. Or is there another Andrew in the room? No, not me. You. Is there another Andrew in the room with us right now? No, I don't think so. I'm talking to you. Yes, Marvel. Are you... Is this your time where you're coming out to tell us that, you don't know any Hick? Oh, dude, Hick is my favorite Marvel character. You think, like, him being, like, characterized as, like, just a huge, massive redneck would, make him really, really unlikable, you know what I mean? It would make him, like, so unlikable, but they actually, like, do, like, the redneck angle in, like, a really, really endearing way. I really do appreciate it a lot. So that's understandable. That's understandable. Or DC. You know, you can do your DC characters, too. My DC character would be Batman because I'm smart, strong, sexy. I always have a contingency plan. I'm always incredibly well prepared, as you can tell by my streams. End of statement. The only thing that we don't relate to on is the money situation. But, you know, I'm working on that. I'm working on it. You know what I mean? I'm getting there. Flowey, what DC character did you relate to the most? And you can't say the Joker or the Riddler. You can't say either one of those two because that's cheating for you. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. You cannot do that. No. That is no good. OJ287 Black Hole. Thorn Zykov object. Listen, Andrew. We can't just keep looking the things up. We can't just like start spamming things in the chat. And Steven's Quintet. We can't just start spamming things in here, man. We got space those out a little bit. I hate Riddler though. What do you mean you hate the Riddler though? What do you mean? So I'll look up the 287 Black Hole and then we'll give it a little bit. Then I'll look up the other stuff. 287 Black Hole. What is... Oh. Is there something special about this as opposed to just normal black holes? It kind of low-key just looks like a normal black hole to me. Maybe I haven't seen enough black holes before, but it just kind of it reminds me of that a little bit. A little bit low-key. A little bit low-key. Honestly, Dick Grayson. Two black holes orbiting each other. Oh, okay. But Flowey, why with the Dick Grayson? Isn't he the one who becomes Nightwing, right? That's Robin. Dick Grayson is. He's Nightwing and stuff. I did it for a bit because I despise that stupid question mark son of a bitch. That was so aggressive. But you know, I guess that shows how genuine and real your anger is. It's not a joke. It's not a bit. It's genuinely how you feel. Listen, that's fine, you know? That's fine. To each their own. To each their own. Which is incredibly rare. I guess that's fair. To have, like, two black holes, like, orbiting each other. Like, I don't understand a lot about black holes, but they are just, like, these big holes of gravity just, like, crushing down on itself to, like, the highest degree, you know? So, like, that's... I feel like that, like, I don't even understand how that actually happened, if I'm being completely honest. I don't actually think I understand how that would happen. Anyways, that's fine. I don't care that much. Yeah. Well, all right, Andrew, you're the one who brought up the DC characters. Which one do you relate to the most? Which one do you relate to the most? It's in the density of collapsing in on itself. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, so there was also the Nintendo Direct that came on today, and there was a game in it that's like so close to something that I want. Where it was like a horror-ish looking game about like these like dinosaur-looking creatures, and I want so badly. I want so dearly and so badly for like a really high quality like AAA level game that's a horror about freaking dinosaurs. I want a dinosaur horror game because there's so much like cool stuff that you could do with that. Because like I really, as much as like the Jurassic World movies are not very good, the thing that I liked a lot about the second one specifically was just like the bits where it's like, hey man, we're gonna be a horror movie for just a couple of minutes here. I loved those bits so much. I wanted like a good, genuinely good like dinosaur horror game ever since then, and the world just simply refuses to acknowledge how cool dinosaurs are. And I feel like that's like in like everything actually. Like I feel like the world itself refuses to acknowledge how amazing dinosaurs are and how many things could be done with them, and the world just doesn't do, like, unless you're like literally Jurassic Park, you just don't do anything with dinosaurs. And I'm like, why? They're the coolest things ever. There's a reason why everyone still has a favorite dinosaurs, because they're the coolest things ever. And so it's like, it's so stupid. Granted, there is actually a new Jurassic Park game that's been announced that looks like it's going to be like a survival horror game, and I am 1,010% here for that. I want that game so freaking badly. I want that so bad. Dick Grayson is just always trying to step out of the shadow of Batman, like how I'm slyly with others IRL. Okay, I mean that's fair. That's like a very like, again, that's how like that gets me the most, like when it's actually like a deeper reason where you like actually see like a lot of your personal struggles or like personal things you can relate to in a character, outside of just being like well, I really like this character, so this is the one that I relate to a lot, you know. Like those answers are like fine and stuff, but like those are like not the ones that like, you know, hit you in the feels, you know. Those are the ones that like make you like think and feel the most about it, you know. So if it would be Wade, it would be millions times what it should be. Oh, okay. It like just because like how much like the gravity of like both of them, like the density of both of them are collapsing in, like it's just like how it would be like ridiculously heavy. Okay, that makes sense. And DC guys, yes. Carl, dude, Carl Weezer is my favorite DC character. When they did like the final like the crossover, like he came into like the Justice League comics for a little bit, and he just starts piecing up everyone. Like he's just like throwing around Superman and Wonder Woman. Batman tries to hit him with this like Tibetan monk's prep time, and then Carl Weezer like, actually, I prepped for your prep, and then just completely mogs him. It's like genuinely insane. I do know how they pulled off like a crossover and like event that well, unironically. Imagine running away from a Velociraptor. Exactly. Especially if they do like biblically accurate Velociraptors where like they're like the kind of like littler ones, like the feathers and stuff going on. It'd be so freaking cool. Or like, but then you also get like, you know, like the Utah Raptors in, which are actually like closer to like how they're presented, like how Velociraptors are presented in movies, and that could be terrifying. Or like there's like the one, what's like the creepy one with like the really long like razor claws, creepy dinosaur with big claws. Yeah. The Therizinosaurus. Yeah, that one. Look that one up. This thing's so creepy and so cool. It would be perfect in a freaking new like in a horror game or something like that. Like a genuinely, there's not a better match made than that specifically. And like the fact that it hasn't been done yet is insane. It's a herbivore, by the way. It doesn't matter. It has the claws. It can still kill you. It can still kill you. Like if all the situation would have to be is like, for some reason it feels threatened by your presence. So then when you get too close to it, it just takes you out. That's all that you have to do. I like pistol shrimp. Pistol shrimps are sick. The fact that like they can actually like punch that hard, like enough like break through like glass and stuff, like cause like water to boil from like the friction alone. It's like generally such an anime thing, because that's how like a lot of abilities in like One Piece work, is like, oh, this character is doing this thing so fast that the friction lights their limb on fire, and it's like, but like the shrimp just does that. He just does that for realsies, actually. Homelander almost beats Superman in the new crossover. That's how. How do you even write that? You know what I mean? There's like literally a YouTube channel where like the entire, also whenever I say YouTube, for some reason I say it like that, YouTube, and I don't know why. But there's this like YouTube channel where like the guy's literal entire bit is that he power skills characters against Homelander because boys fans are incredibly annoying and say that John Homelander can solo everyone's favorite verses without realizing that all his feats put him so far below, like, everyone. He's so far below, like, genuinely everyone. You know that guy? His videos are so good. The fact that, like, low-key characters like Ash Ketchum could throw hands with Homelander and probably win is insane, but in, like, the best ways ever. In the best ways ever. I love it. Because, again, he's just not that strong. He, like, the thing that's what I said about him, he's like a big fish in a small pond. And even then, in the later seasons, because here's the thing, I hate The Boys. I think it's, like, a horribly written show. I think that the comics are even worse, that kind of thing. But, like, I hate watch it. I hate watch it, though, is the thing. I hate watch it. And so, in season 3, like, he kind of gets manhandled a lot, you know? Like, I guess spoiling The Boys, if anyone cares who hasn't already watched it. In season 3, like, Butcher and Huey duping themselves up on powers are, like, unironically able to go, like, bam for bam with Homelander. And it's like, he's really not that. And then Meave also almost beats him just straight up, like, person to person. It's like, dang, all you need is, like, a semi-competent person. And this guy's just chalk. He can't do anything. He can't do anything about it. And not only Ash, only Ash, by the way, not even his Pokemon. And then as soon as you bring the Pokemon into the question, it just gets so much worse. So many of Ash's Pokemon just straight up solo Homelander. But at the same time, that's because, like, Pokemon, like, people always go, like, oh, they're just animals with superpowers. But if you actually, like, look at any of the feats and, like, the mangas, the animes, even the video games, like, they scale so high. They scale so ridiculously high. It's crazy. It's crazy. Wait, Dark, about the Therizinosaurus, I think I got a better pick. Accurate Dilophosaurus. Which one is the Dilophosaurus? Isn't that the duck-billed dinosaur? Isn't that the duck-billed dinosaur? No. It's that guy. Yeah, exactly. That guy would be so freaking good for it. Oh my gosh, it'd be amazing. I would love that. Again, like, that's the thing with, like, dinosaurs. Like, I don't need, like, a dinosaur game to have every single dinosaur under the sun in it. But just put in, like, a couple of the dudes. Just put in, like, a couple guys. That's all that you genuinely need is just a few dudes. You know what I mean? And, like, that's all that you need for it. And it could be amazing. I don't get the point of hate watching. To be fair, neither did I. I never at any point understood, like, the point of hate watching things. Until, like, it was a few months ago when I decided, because I watched season 1 and 2 of The Boys, went, this show's awful, I don't want to watch it anymore, there's truly nothing that brings me any emotion outside of just disgust when I'm watching this, so I'm done. And then, out of nowhere, I just started seeing clips of it all over TikTok, and, like, it's all, like, stuff like Soldier Boy, who everyone thinks is, like, the best written character of all time, even though he's just kind of, like, whatever, he's okay. But, like, the clips, like, are like, whoa, these are, like, really interesting bits. And then you realize that those clips are, like, the only interesting parts of, like, the entire season. And so I was like, you know, maybe I'll give season 3 a try. Maybe I'll give it a shot. And then it was awful, but I got such a weird feeling of enjoyment about being upset about how bad of a show and how unpleasant and, like, gross of a show it is. It's kind of like the same idea as, like, complaining, where it's like, there's, like, literally been, like, studies done that when people, like, complain about something, even if it's something, like, very minor, it, like, helps release the stress, if that makes sense. So, like, being able to, like, watch this and, like, hate it, and then look up reviews and, like, discussion videos of people also hating it, it unironically feels like complaining does, where it's just, like, it just feels a little nice. It feels a little nice. You know what I mean? Hopefully that doesn't make me sound, like, weird. Isn't Homelander an anti-hero? No, Homelander is just straight up the villain. He is just straight up the villain of the show. He is like the big bad, essentially. They said Homelander's supervision was on par with full power Superman. Oh my gosh. Homelander stocks unironically just went through the roof. They've never been higher than before. He goes from being soloed by a train to being on par with a full-powered Superman. That's something else. I can't wait for the new power scaling to come out and people like to be talking about this stuff. It's gonna be the worst. It's just gonna be so awful. It's gonna be terrible. Yes, sir. I remember the cool raptor, Dromaeosaur. Dromaeosaur. Hang on. Dromaeosaur. Oh, yeah, no, I know this guy. He's so freaking... Again, I used to be, like, I still really like dinosaurs, but when I was, like, a kid and stuff and, like, a teenager, I was so into dinosaurs. I had so many books just detailing different kinds of dinosaurs and, like, just facts about them and, like, their habitats, like, the diets, like, how they would hunt, like, all that good kind of stuff. And I loved it. I ate that stuff up. Oh my gosh. Granted, again, as I've gotten older, sorry, I had a little hiccup. My interests have definitely kind of changed a lot, but it's still very much so. Like, if dinosaurs get brought up, I'm all in for the discussions. I'm all in for the conversations. I feel so out of the loop right now. Is it just because you don't know anything about The Boys? Because if so, that's for the best. That's okay. You don't need to know anything about The Boys. Your life's probably better off for it. Genuinely, Season 3 starts off with, one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen on television. It is awful. You are genuinely better off without it. And by the way, Superman was running away from him. He had Superman scared. Why would you do this crossover? Why would you do this? To go from the Sonic crossover... again, with a franchise that people actually, like and respect, especially now, because of, how good of a place it's in. Hang on, I have a sneeze. I feel it coming. Hang on. Okay, it's not coming. Hang on, it's coming. Hang on, it's not. Sneeze complete. We are all good. To then, go to, The Boys, which is now, a very, very panned franchise. Because, again... It took till Season 3, but people did finally start to realize, oh, fuck, maybe this shiz does suck a lot, dude. Maybe this is, a bad show. But it took to, Season 3 for them. And 4 and stuff like that. So, it's so weird to go from Sonic and, all these other crossovers that are, doing really well to freaking The Boys, where, literally the entire point of the original comics was just to be hey... The guy who wrote it hates superheroes and thinks they're stupid and just writes and draws some of the most vile things out there. And people say it's really deep for that reason. And it's nope, it's not. So it's really weird to do that crossover. I think something like Invincible would have just made infinitely more sense to do. Am I wrong for that? Am I wrong? I feel like Invincible would just make so much more sense for this kind of crossover. But that's just me. Hang on. Wait, Dark, who do you want to bring back? If you could bring back one dinosaur, I'd either pick the Dilophosaurus or Microraptor on my picks. I think I'd want to just go with, one of the... I would just want to go with, one of, the very peaceful kinds. I know that, the Brontosaurus would be, very dangerous and stuff like that, but also be, very docile, you know? It wouldn't be out there, actively, hunting. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be out there hunting for peeps. So I feel like I'd have to say something like that, or what's another very peaceful one? Okay, I feel like I just have whatever the duck-billed dinosaur's name is. Is that the Dilophosaurus? Hang on. I know I just looked at... No, it's not. That thing's that's that guy. Don't ignore me. I'm saying stupid things. I'm drinking my stupid juice right now. Yeah, no, I think I'd just go with, the duck-billed dinosaur. Something, again, very, peaceful and gentle and docile. Something like that. Because, again, the world simply The world simply could not handle a dinosaur coming back, like a dinosaur species. You know, if it's just like the one, if it was the one dinosaur, we could definitely handle that. But like anything more than that is like something bad. You know. I mean, they did do a crossover with several other things. They did a crossover with fucking Annabelle in the exact same comic. I think Annabelle's a much more respectable IP than the boys. If you can't tell, I really despise the boys. I think it's like genuinely one of like the worst like IPs that's ever been as big as it is. I'd way rather have a crossover with Annabelle. I like that more. It's a 50-50 for them. It's a 50-50 on which one of those two dinosaurs you'd rather bring back. That's kind of crazy, but I'll respect it. You just kind of want to sow chaos into the world. You just kind of want to sow a little bit of chaos and deceit into the planet. You know what I mean? Wait, no, I got ad struck. Sad, I will not be able to hear. Oh no, Andrew? Were you here? Were you able to hear what I said? Were you able to hear what I said? Gosh darn it, that sucks. I free from ads. What happened? I just said that my answer to your question would just be one of like a duck-billed dinosaur or something like that. It's like something like very gentle and docile that wouldn't like ruin the planet essentially, or like kill so many people. That was my answer. Homelander did lose, but he got a major power boost, and he still gets decimated by everyone. Okay, that's good. That's good. The way God intended it. The way it was meant to be, with him getting punched a lot. I feel free from ads. Oh, we read that bit. Oh, duck build. Nice. Yeah, exactly. You know, someone put it in good words. When someone fights Superman, they get a buff. When someone fights Batman, they get a nerf. That's so for real, though. Because just like, someone will be like, oh, this character moves 1,000 times faster than the speed of light. And then Batman just reacted to them. Like, there's like this really infamous, like, these comic panels where it's like a few flashes are like, I think they're being like mind controlled or something, and they're running straight at Bruce and Selina. Again, thousands of times faster than the speed of light or whatever, and Batman and Selina are both able to react to and take them out in a single shot of like just a single kick to the dome is all it takes to take out these people who can like take punches and stuff from people who destroy planets. It's so for real. It's so for real. Like, again, well, because, like, they just kind of shot themselves in the foot by making Batman a dude with no powers while simultaneously putting him in the same universe as people like Superman, who can legitimately blow planets away, depending on his power level in that comic, can just blow planets away just by clapping. And he can move from like, one side of, like, the multiverse to the other in, like, an instant. Like, if you're gonna, like, have Batman be in a universe with, like, beings this powerful, the only way to make him relevant is just to say screw the power scaling, essentially. Which, like, my thoughts on that is like, I hate the idea that people think that like power scaling in universe is like a dumb, stupid thing that doesn't matter and it's not that important to the story. Whereas my argument for like why it does genuinely matter is because it's just another part of world building. If you set up like rules in your universe and that's how your universe works, then it has to abide by that rules. And I don't understand why like like again, using like Batman for example, if he can get hurt by punches from like someone like the Joker, who's just a normal dude, then how does he survive getting hit by any of like these super powered like people and stuff like that? It's kind of like the idea of like, let's say you have a story where it's like set up that like this is John. John's a normal man. He's a normal dude, and he gets like stabbed with a sword, and like that kills John. You know, it's setting up that like the rules of this universe are that when people get stabbed in like vital places, they die. And then I'm literally just describing Game of Thrones right now. I just realized that Game of Thrones was very serious about like mortal wounds actually being mortal up until a certain point when that just stopped mattering, where people were getting stabbed and like there's a scene. I guess I'm not going to spoil it too much, but there's a scene where a character gets stabbed like 30 times in the stomach and chest, and then they just eat soup and walk it off. And it's like, that doesn't make any sense. And that's like kind of like the same thing as power scaling, because like with power scaling there's like also multiple other reasons for it. Like one of the other biggest reasons like why it's important being the fact that it just like it establishes like tension and stuff, you know? Like there's no reason why this big bad who just proved that they're super powerful and just like took out like 30 of the heroes is a threat if suddenly the main hero can just be just as powerful as the villain. At that point, there's no tension to any scene ever, because suddenly the characters can just be as strong as they need to be, you know what I mean? It's like, I think it's like a mark of like a bad show specifically the one that has a lot of action in it, if the power scaling isn't consistent in some kind of way, because it comes to the point of like, then what in these action scenes does like matter? Like, there's no weight to a lot of these things because anything can happen, and we just have to accept it because it's just dumb power scaling stuff. Like, again, I feel like it's one of those things. Like, if you want to say like power scaling between characters, like from different shows, is like kind of silly and a little dumb, I could be like, yeah, it's just kind of there for like the fun, and the people who take it like too seriously are kind of like need better things to do essentially. But in terms of like in-universe consistency, I think that it does matter a lot. And again, it's kind of like, not to go on too long a ramble of this, but it's kind of like one of those instances of like, then why do some writers actually work really hard to put in like that effort to have their characters consistently power scale, so whenever like one character wins, it makes complete sense in universe. You know what I mean? It's kind of like one of those things, like, why do some writers just work way harder than others in terms of like their action scenes and get zero credit for it? Because according to most people, power scaling's for losers and nerds, and it doesn't matter. That's essentially what I mean. DC equals doesn't care about good writing. Listen, I'm not gonna disagree with you. I've heard good things about the Absolute series, and that's why I'm getting into it. But I've heard that it's been really, really rough on DC for about like a decade now. So, but Flowey, have you read any of the Absolutes comics? Because again, I have one for Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. I just need to find the time to read those. But what are your thoughts on this run, if you've been reading at all? Because I do want to get into it. No, you haven't. That's fair, man. That's fair. What can I say outside of it's fair? Because I think one of the main reasons why it's super fair is because comics is such an absolutely ludicrously expensive hobby to try and have. Like, the moment I got these like 3 comics for like as like gifts essentially for like Christmas and like birthdays and stuff like that, because my birthday is very close to like when Christmas happens. And then as soon as I was like looking up at like the next volumes were releasing, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a lot of money just to keep up with these 3 specific series, essentially. Like, this is gonna be a lot of money just to keep up with these 3 IPs. And like, there's been other ones like coming up. Like, there's like what's her name? The Magician Girl. There's the Magician Girl one, and like the one for Flash. And like, both of those also look very interesting. I'd like to try them. But then it's like, oh, that's like almost $100 just to keep up with these comic runs every single time like the new issues are coming out. That's probably not a good idea, right? You know what I mean? But I've seen them. Dear God, what the fuck did they do to the Joker? What the absolute fuck? Listen, I kind of like what they did with the Joker. He's terrifying. He's so scary. He's so spooky. But this is kind of like my kind of feel and vibe with a lot of like big changes and stuff like that, is like, I think I only really like when big changes are done to new adaptations if it's something that already has like 1,000 adaptations before this. Like, I'll use the Joker for example in this instance. Like, if this was like, let's say you just had one singular run of Batman, and then the next run does all these absolutely horribly drastic changes to like all the characters and stuff, I think that that's a bad thing. I do not think that's good. That's not what you're coming here for. You're coming here for like these characters and like yada yada stuff like that. Like, you are still getting like new aspects of them and like new stories being told with these characters. But at the end of the day, they're very much so not those characters essentially, with how drastically changed they are. But again, when it's something like Batman, which has had like 1,000,000 adaptations, I'm like, I'm okay with them doing different stuff. It's kind of like the same thing with like the Ninja Turtles or like Transformers and stuff like that. And again, like, let's say if they were like doing a new adaptation, like let's say they're like, oh, we're gonna do live action Dragon Ball, and none of the story is gonna be even remotely similar, or none of like the character designs are gonna be the same. I'd be like, that's really stupid, because we really only have like the one like continuity of like Dragon Ball essentially. So yeah. Marvel has a $12.99 subscription service that gives you free access to all their comics. That's kind of crazy. I do like that, because I have the Viz Media one. For like not the Viz Media one. I have the Shonen Jump app, which is like $3 or $4 for like almost every single manga that they've ever put out. I think it's specifically just the ones that they have like official translations for already. Like, they're not like some stuff that I would want to read. Like, I really like the anime Medaka box, but like I haven't ever read the manga because there's no official translations for it. Like, that was not on there. But they probably just don't want to go through the hassle of, like, adapting it. I mean, not adapting, but, like, fully translating this whole series just for it to go up onto, like, their very cheap subscription app, essentially. Isn't it, like, midnight for you there? Yeah, but I did say we're going to go for, like, 3 hours. And so, like, I don't think we're going to go for the full 3 hours just because, again, of how late I started. But we're probably going to go for, like, a little bit longer. You know, like, probably, like, 15, 20-ish more minutes, you know, something like that. Really got to get our stuff out of this. Well, the only thing is you get them later and they come onto the site, like, 4 months after it released. That's actually kind of crazy. With the Shonen Jump app, which, again, way cheaper, you get all of these things, like, literally the week that the chapters come out. You know what I mean? You literally get them the week that these things come out. That's kind of crazy. Like, not even, like, the same week. Literally the same time. Like, as soon as, like, the chapters are available to be bought anywhere, they are instantly on the app, you know? Like, again, it's just 7-day wait for the next chapter of JJK, or, like, 1 month wait for Boruto. Again, as soon as, like, these chapters are translated, they are put up onto the app. But at the same time, again, the 4-month wait isn't, like, the biggest deal for, like, specifically me, who, like, if I got onto it, I definitely wouldn't be reading any of the modern things. Because from what I hear, modern Marvel is kind of, like, a lot about, like, how DC was before the Absolute series, where, like, just everything that they put out is, like, really bad nowadays. So it's kind of like, whatever, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like whatever. So, like, I'm like, I probably wouldn't read any of, like, the recent things. I'd probably go back into, like, the deep trenches and try to find something really good. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. But again, at the same time, I'm just, like, not that. I feel like comics are, like, too overwhelming is, like, the issue. Where it's like, issue, comics, Lamau. Where it's like, there's, like, 1,000 billion different stories. For, like, every single character, and everyone has, like, different opinions on, like, which one's, like, good, which one's, like, bad, and, like, that kind of thing. So, like, I feel like actually, like, finding the one, the one that's actually, like, good and of quality is, like, it feels, like, kind of impossible. That's one of the reasons I've never really gone into it, because I'm, like, whenever I, like, oh, like, what's, like, a really good Spider-Man story? And then it's, like, no one really has an answer to that. They're just gonna, like, hey, man, if you really want a really good Spider-Man story, then you should read these, like, 70 issues of this series that isn't Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man crosses over into it, and, like, the plotline that they do with him in that story is really good, and it's like, okay, whatever. So I've always, like, struggled wanting to get into it. I would probably read their Marvel Rival series. I didn't even know that they had a Marvel Rival series. Is that currently ongoing? Is that for the game? Or did they name the game that because of, like, a really popular, because of, like, they named the game that because of, like, a really popular comic run. Is that what happened? Hey, Dark, would you rather explore an unexplored underwater cave or explore an unexplored planet? Okay, like, what are the conditions of this what if? Also, I feel like I have a sneeze again. Hang on. Okay, anyways. Wait, hang on. It's coming back. It's coming. It's crashing. It's crashing. It's kind of like depends, like, the conditions. Like, is you have all you need to survive, but, like, am I the one, like, piloting, like, the rocket and everything, like, go to and fro? Like, do I actually have to, like, go with the travel time between planets and stuff like that? Like, that kind of thing. Like, do I actually, like, worry about any of that? Or is it just, like, a very normal, very safe, unexplored planet? You know what I mean? No, you're just on the planet exploring it. Okay. Then I'd probably do the planet. Because I would truly never... Again, the only way you'd ever get me to pick the underwater cave is if the alternative was, like, again, being in the canyon, and you have to drive through an entire canyon with no rails on the side, like that kind of thing. That is the only way I'd ever pick the underwater cave, is that. Very specifically. Yes, it's a comic run about the lore of Marvel Rivals. We get to see Gambit and Rogue. It's Rogue. It's Rogue. I've seen an X-Man before. But they really are catering to the fans. Specifically the Venom fans. The Venom fans eat so astronomically well when it comes to Marvel Rivals. Like, if you are into Venom, this game is perfect for you. It loves Venom so much. And apparently, like, Venom's, like, shipped with, like, Psylocke and stuff. which I'm jealous that that's not me being shipped with Psylocke, but that's fine. That's okay. As a Loki main, we have not had a single bad skin. That's true. I don't like, there's like so few skins. Like I've seen a couple that I'm like, that's not my cup of tea, but I don't think that they're like poorly designed at all. I really feel like if you have like, if your favorite Marvel character is in Marvel Rivals, you are eating pretty good. The only ones I could kind of see you not eating really good on is if like, I've seen some people not really like the Captain America design because he's like 30 meters wide no matter what angle you see him from. It's like, if you don't like that design, that's fine. It's like kind of the same thing with Thor, where he's just kind of like, a lot of the guys have the issue of like, not the issue, but just like the design philosophy of like, just so wide, just so unreasonably wide. So if you're not like into like that design philosophy, then I feel like I could see you struggling out with like a lot of the characters' designs in that game. But hey, again, if your favorite character's in there and you don't mind that kind of design philosophy, there's truly, you are just eating so freaking well. Because yeah, there really isn't a bad Loki skin in there, especially Lady Loki, especially Lady Loki. That's one of my favorite things. Again, me and Plastics have been recording me playing Spider-Man 2. We've been recording that together, and we went on like a 45-minute discussion about what the hottest version of Loki is. And I was like standing firmly on the it's Lady Loki. Well, he was like very firmly on the it's Tom Hiddleston. And I think the discussion came around to being like, you're just too straight. You're just too straight. And I was like, me? I am too straight? I talk about hot men all the time. MCU Loki is just not one of them. I think Tom Hiddleston himself, very attractive. Him as Loki, not attractive. I don't think so. I disagree. I just don't see it. That's for the tanks only. Yeah, is that how it is? Like the tanks specifically are all just very wide men. Is that how it is? Are any of the girls tanks, or any of the women tanks, or is it just like the wide men? Comic Loki is the one that you. Oh yeah, we did talk about this. Comic, you do really like your comic Loki. He's the one that you think is the hottest. He was another one where I looked up a picture of him and he like gave off very similar feels. 3 female tanks who do be the tanks. Who do be the tanks. And it gave off a very similar feel to, like, I think Tom Hiddleston's like version of Loki is like very accurate and like feel like very much so gives off the same vibes as like comic Loki. I just don't think that Loki's that hot of a character outside of like Marvel Rivals. Angela Harkness is in the game? Really? I did not know that I didn't know she was in there. Obviously I know about Emma Frost and like Rogue. Obviously I know about those ones. I did not know that she was. Hang on, I'm looking this up. I feel like I know about everyone who's in Marvel Rivals. How do I not know about her? Hang on. Angela Harkness. Not Harkness. Marvel Rivals. Oh, how did I not know about her? What do you mean? People never talk about her in this game? That's insane. Oh, also someone put up like a blonde blazer in the style of Marvel Rivals. That's some very nice artwork right there. Dude, Marvel Rivals, like the art style for this game is like, it's just so good. It's just so strong and distinct, and it just doesn't feel like anything else. It feels so its own thing, while also still feeling like very like representative like comic books and like how those feel to read to an extent. Like it's actually crazy like how good like the art like direction in this game is. She's one of the worst characters in the game. Never mind, I completely understand. You're so real for that one, bestie. Like low key. Not the switch up. That was insane. She came out in season 3. I think. What season of the game are we on right now? Like how many seasons are out there exactly? I am unaware. I am very ignorant to these things. 6? Dang, she came out that long ago, and I haven't heard a whisper I haven't heard a single careless whisper about this woman. That she must be terrible then. She must be terrible then if no one, like, if I've never even heard of her. Because again, I feel like I know about everyone else in the game except for her specifically. But you know what? That's fine. That's okay. New season comes out every 2 months. Yeah, so that was like 6 months. That was a half a year ago. And I never heard of her. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yes, I definitely agree with that statement. Thank you, Andrew. You're just so supportive. You're just so supportive. 42 is good answer. Can we get a round of applause for Andrew really quick? Good answer, brother. Let's go. Yeah, maybe we'll have to give it a try. Again, I'm gonna workshop the thumbnail and get that going. It'll probably be a good long while down the line, but we'll do it eventually. Especially because again, where do you have so many games on the docket? Like, I've been thinking about like doing a stream and just starting it off with like going over the schedule of all the things that we're going to be going over. Good 42 is the answer to the universe. 42 is the answer to the universe, life, and everything. Good reference. What is that a reference to? I know what that is, but I don't remember where it's from. What the freak? Where is that from? I hate that I don't remember. You know who Angela is. I had heard of Angela before Marvel Rivals, but then I saw her in the game and I was like, who is this? I need to read what she's from because she's like the coolest person ever. That's like the thing though. It's kind of like a lot about like how Arc System can like genuinely make any like Dragon Ball character like the sickest person in town. I feel like Marvel Rivals is the exact same thing with Marvel characters. It can be like the most unknown person ever, and then you'll see their trailer and be like, okay, well this person's like obviously like the raddest dude in town. Wait, hang on. Douglas Adams, Great Gatsby, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Did Douglas Adams write The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, or did you just say two different answers? I can't tell. Cannot tell. Spider-Man's a demon in the game. I love how Spider-Man's handled that game so much. I think it's so funny. The fact that he is like the character that everyone's gonna want to play because he's like the most popular guy by like a baker's dozen mile, you know what I mean? But of course, they also make him like one of the hardest characters to play. I think that is so funny and so based. I think it's so freaking based that they did that. He is a monster to us support mains. Because isn't the whole thing that he just like breaks through like your like essentially like your lines and like get into the back to just like raffle stomp all of the supports essentially? Isn't that how like those games kind of go? Because that's so funny. That's so good. That's so good. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. He should be there just punching everyone's faces in, being a menace. JJJ is right. In this one instance, I do have to agree with him. He is absolutely correct. But in like all the best ways, though. In all of the best ways. I love that for us. I love that for us so much. This is just a good thing. This is a good thing for the community that he's like that. Oh, good times, good times. Because yeah, I was like, obviously, when I was like first learning about Marvel, I was like, oh, I should really get in there and be a Spider-Man main. And then I heard all the horror stories about how hard he is to fight. I'm like, you know, maybe not. I'm already not exactly good at a lot of these shooter games anyways. Maybe I shouldn't try out the guy who's like the hardest in the game to play. You know what I mean? Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should stay away from that just a little bit. But yeah, I think, to be fair, it is midnight now. Flowey, I have a question for you. Do you feel like you've gotten your money's worth out of this stream? Do you think that so far, this part 1 of 2 it has been a good pay? You seem like a Punisher main. What's he like? What does he do? What does he do? Why do I feel like a Punisher main to you? We'll answer this question and then we'll schmove it on. Because I don't know anything about how the Punisher plays in that game, outside of, again, the fact that he is incredibly wide. I'm guessing he's a tank then. Because, again, he is as wide as just a brick house, you know? Just the meatiest of men. But yeah, like, what about me, like, Reeds as a Punisher main? Because again, I don't know anything about how he plays in the game. I know he's in the game. He's just not one of the characters I actually like ever hear people talk about. Honestly, because his play style seems to fit your personality. Okay, okay. Maybe I'll have to look more. Maybe I'll have to look more into that guy. Again, the characters I was like kind of interested in playing whenever I think about this game would be someone like again, someone like Psylocke, or there's another one. Or I would love to try like Angela or Magic, because like both of those two specifically seem like characters that I don't have to shoot as. And like the few little that I played of Overwatch, my two mains was Tracer, just because I thought she was so fun with like her teleporting around and like rewinding and all that kind of stuff. And then the other two characters that I played was Genji and Reinhardt. And I played Reinhardt because outside of his one skill, you didn't have to shoot. Actually, no, I also played D.Va a lot. I played a lot of like Overwatch for like 2 or 3 months, and then never really picked it up again. Because that's just how I am again with like these live service games. I play them for a little while, and then I just kind of like pull completely out. Oh, you would love Deadpool? Maybe we should try Deadpool. But like, listen, Sayu just haunts me. Every single time I get into anything new, I hear Sayu's voice, and he's just following me everywhere. It's genuinely getting to the point of like, should I get a restraining order against this this person? Should I get a restraining order against this man? He follows me too strongly. But no. So yeah, you feel like you've gotten your money's worth, because I was going to be like, we could keep this going, but again, I'm personally very sleepy, very tired. It is very late my time. Flowey, I know that is incredibly late your time as well. So I was going to be like, do you guys feel like it's a good time and place to call it? Because if it is, then we can just kind of talk about the schedule upcoming for the rest of the week, and then for next week as well. Have a good night. Have a good night, Andrew. Thank you for being here for our super long YAP sessions. Yes, excellent. So on Sunday, I talked about this. It's so true, Andrew. So true, bestie. I talked about this a little bit on yesterday's stream, but this Sunday we're going to be playing more Expedition 33, but we're going to be doing it a lot earlier in the day. I'm debating between 12:30 and 1 p.m. That's kind of like the time frame I'm debating between, because I'd actually like to be able, because every other time we've done an Expedition 33 stream, it has to be cut short. We don't actually have to we don't actually get to play the game for that long. Oh man, you got so far in the game. In Expedition 33 or in Coconut Simulator, because we are crushing it through Coconut Simulator. To be fair, though, you have to think about it like this. We've had it open now for 2.5 hours. Well, more like we've had it open for like 2 hours and like 20-ish minutes. And like we're not even like close. We are like 2% of the way. No, not even that. We're not even 1% of the way to... oh, wait, no. Hang on. I'm mathing. Yeah, we're like 2% of the way to... 100%ing the game. That is how close that we are to 100%ing this game. 5%. Is it 5%? Because isn't the goal 360,000 for the 100%? And so 1% of 360,000 would be 3,600, you know? Oh, before I forget, listen to Chirac's TikTok vocal cover. Okay, I will. No worries, we will. Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. We're a long ways off, but we still made good progress. Again, I killed a seagull, so, like, what else could you truly ask for in a video game? You know what I mean? What else could you... No, it'd be 2%. Yeah, that's what I said, 2%. Because 1% is 3,600, and we are over that by a decent bit. Because 2 hours out of 100 hours... Yeah, that exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is like that's how far in we are. That was what I was saying. But then yeah, for next week, turns out we're not done with Little Nightmares. So next week we're going to be playing obviously more Lock and Key. We're going to keep going on with that one until we finish it. And then I realized that like during like our first stream of Little Nightmares 1, like forever and a half ago. But there's DLCs. I completely forgot about the Little Nightmares 1 and 2 DLC. So next week, we're probably going to be doing the Little Nightmares 1 DLC. Then we'll follow that up with Coconut Simulator 2 the following week, which is... Well, actually, no. I'm probably not... Wait. I'm trying to think of dates. There's 1 week at the end of February where I will not be able to stream on Thursday at all. So we'll see. Regardless of that, Coconut Simulator 2 is happening this month. It is going to be happening this month. Because, again, the DLC for Little Nightmares should only take, like, a couple of hours. So we'll get through that in, like, one total stream. And then, again, we'll be bouncing right back into Coconut Simulator 2, then getting into Little Nightmares 2 DLC, and then I think from there it's going to be Blasphemous. So again, now that we're done with me being inconsistent and bad, we're like cooking. We're like cooking through the games that we have lined up. We're getting through these so quick. Because I just kind of realized that, like, oh yeah, over the course of February alone, just our Thursday games, we're going to get through, again, Little Nightmares 1 and 2 DLC, Coconut Simulator 1 and 2, like, in their totality. Like, that's kind of a lot for us. We tend to take, like, 17 years to finish one total game. Like, that's kind of crazy. We're cooking. You should make your coconut mouth and eyes the coconut holes. That's kind of disgusting, but I kind of like that idea. I kind of like that idea a lot. 49 more Coconut Sim streams. Let's go. Exactly. Oh, we're here for the long haul, baby. We're here for the long haul. Listen, I'll make sure to give Coconut stream like updates whenever I feel like I've made enough progress to update you guys. How about that? How about we do that? That way everyone stays in the loop on the most important project on the entire channel. I mean, it's so important. I literally made a new avatar for this. Is that not the most effort I've ever put into something ever? And I actually, you know, outside of the lighting being a little wonky, because I don't know if you guys can tell, the lighting on my hair and the lighting on the coconut is different. I had originally the coconut, like the holes, were going to be in the top left instead of the bottom right. But then I realized I put all this like detail into actually making the holes. And then I realized that my hair is going to be covering it. But I had already been working on the hair and getting like the lighting and shading down for the hair, and I already had done all the lighting and shading on the coconut, so I just kind of rotated the coconut and made the top left the bottom right. That way, all the things that I drew could be... Oh, thank you for the hydrate. So literally outside of the fact that like the lighting is different based on like either the hair or the coconut itself, I actually think that this is a very well drawn little avatar for us, so I really like it. Yeah, I think with that being said, we're just gonna call things there. I was gonna say we should raid into someone. We're not going to, just because I feel like the Coconut Simulator streams are just different. These are A-Balls, Dark of Coconut. You'll have to wait. So true, man. So true. So real. So unbelievable. But you know, like these like Coconut Simulator streams are just for us in this community. You know what I mean? It's just us for this community. So yeah, I think we're just gonna call it there. You need to get coconut milk. I'm pretty sure that's not dairy for hydrate next. Oh my God, you're so smart. Oh, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have just like a big old thing of coconut milk here, just ready. I'm gonna do research, make sure it's not dairy, it doesn't have any dairy ingredients in it, and if it doesn't, then I'll do some coconut milk for the next Coconut Simulator stream. That's so good. You just have all the best ideas. You just have all the best ideas, Flowey. Truly amazing. But yeah, with all that being said, I'll see all you beautiful people in the next one. Bye-bye.